last week, um, you all met up with the wonderful Lord Aldred. What is that guy's last name here?
Oh my goodness.
Fernwoody?
Yeah. Fernwoody. There we go. There we go. I had it written down. I just had to find the right note. Who basically put you guys all together. You all showed up basically to partake in the sun apple harvest. However, he had a little side venture he wanted you to go on. There was a problem. Somebody had a broken wagon. You had to go to town, a place called Edgewood. That's the town, appropriately named because it's on the edge of the forest. And
Very
meet Ed
creative.
Kenny there. Yeah, right. So creative. You had to meet Ed Kenny there, who would tell you what to do. Ed told you that his brother Fred is actually the one that's running the harvester caravan, and he had his wagon go down. So you're to take him a new wagon out. You'll get paid, I believe it was 10 gold pieces a piece, actually, for doing this. Maybe even get the opportunity. If you wanted to, Fred's looking for some muscle to hang on and guard the wagon the rest of the way. So that could be negotiated when you get there. After you met Ed, you hung out around town. Before you met Ed, you heard about, you saw this fucking wagon with this guy selling statues. They were really cool. But then afterwards, you heard about some pets going missing. And you found out that the guy in the wagon was actually using a cockatrice or cobra chicken to turn animals into statues and selling them. And you guys put an end to that. Then you went to bed. And now it's the morning.
Certainly
Right.
did.
The sun's up. Now, before you went to bed, Dan, or do you do your praying in the morning?
In the morning.
All right, so you wake up in the morning, you're doing your morning ritual, and you ask Karam for guidance. Karam,
Oh, Karam.
Go for
Give
it.
me guidance. Give me guidance for today. Let me know what you will have for me to do today. And I'm beseeching Karam for guidance and preparing my spells.
You get the feeling that in the next 24 hours, you're going to face some challenges. You definitely feel that. And somehow, even more detail, you feel that your strength is going to be tested and the strength of your allies. And you also feel that your wits will be tested.
Oh, we're screwed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to post that.
No problem.
How dare you?
What's everybody else doing? You wake up in the morning and you raise your weary head. The earth, you have an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed.
I have a bedroll, I'll have you know.
So you guys got this
I thought
wagon.
you were too poor for a bedroll.
I don't have any money. That doesn't mean I would go anywhere. I didn't have to buy one because I had one. Knucklehead.
Okay.
I also have a tent. No, actually, I don't. But so for my part, Issa will rise in the morning, pretty early. Being from the farm, that's kind of a common thing. And so she will probably be tending the pony or the mules, just brushing them, like clean out the hooves, that sort of thing, making sure they're ready to go.
It's one pony.
Okay, then it won't take me very long.
Yeah, it's one pony. One beat-ass pony.
And I'll feed it or let it graze, whatever.
All right. Anybody else doing anything, or are you guys just setting out?
Griff is not doing anything particularly noteworthy. He's getting up. He's probably stretching out a little bit, gathering his things. Poke my head out of the tent and morning, everybody. Who's ready to go make some coin?
Ooh, me.
Marlon would probably be up, probably doing some morning exercises. He'd be out there early, stretching, shadowboxing, doing push-ups, trying to get limber and loose for the day.
I check my bowstring and fletchings.
I'm looking around for Kazan right now. Where's Kazan? I figured for sure he'd be the earliest riser of all of us.
You see me a little ways away. I'm down in a prayer position. My book, my heavy bound law book is open in one hand, and the other hand is holding my holy symbol to my forehead. And you can't hear anything I'm saying, but it sounds like I'm praying.
He's over there talking to himself or something. Points
fair
like
enough.
in the general direction.
Oh, well, fair enough. I guess we'll see how long that's going to take, and hopefully we can shove off soon.
I'll be probably cooking some of my some of that field ration or something in the smoldering coals of the fire.
So, Kazan, right about as you finish up your prayers and you get your guidance there, you hear that you can smell, the breakfast wafting over towards you. The camp is stirring.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
It's pronounced cousin.
Cousin, sorry.
Noted.
Sorry.
Get it right or pay the price.
I guess.
You have failed Dwarven pronunciation 101.
Hey, I made the pronunciation rules. I can say it however I want. But he's right. It is cousin.
That's right, because I was making fun of cause and effect.
To be fair, though, he spelled it wrong. It would be spelled K-A''Z-E-N. Ka-Zen. So, ha.
This ain't Krypton, son.
Never mind. We can argue about that later. Anyways, you get back to the camp. You're doing your thing. Everybody gets breakfast. Nothing's happening. You guys, I imagine you're just going to go about your routine. Nobody's really doing anything here. Get up on the wagon and head on out. You notice you're not able to wake up Rue, but Rue's passed out in the back of this wagon.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, at least we don't have to put him in the wagon. Let's go.
So we're rolling down. We're rolling in the wagon right now.
Yeah, you're.
All right, I'm gonna
leave the site of Edgewood and make your way into the Great Forest.
As we are traveling, we're all in the wagon, and I'm looking at Marleman. So Marleman, I saw you out there training. You missed out last night. I told you not to come back to camp.
Wait, did you? What happened? I saw you guys got paid. Did you rob a bunch of little kids? Did you actually fight something?
No robbery. What do I look like to you? No, we didn't rob anybody. Well, I told you. We told you that guy with the statues is up to no good. Sure enough, turns out he's polymorphing the people's animals. Me and Kazan go over there, knock on this guy's door, and I figure I'm gonna smooth talk our way in there. Everybody has a bad day. Thankfully, this guy whips out a statue of this brown wiry dog. It's the same one that the family was missing. So Kazan, of course, picks up on this right away as well, and well, from there on out, I pretty much knew there was no way this guy was getting away with it. Kazan was ready to kick the door in, but so we get in there, we see all the statues. We figure we got this guy dead to rights. We're gonna pin him down, maybe take him to the guard, get ourselves a nice little reward. He sicks a cockatrice on us. This weird lizard chicken thing comes running out after us, attacks me. Kazan knocked this guy flat on his back. One swipe, done. Just takes him out. So now we're swinging. The freaking chicken lizards all over the place. We're swinging. Kazan's throwing spells at this thing. Tough little bugger, tell you that. Eventually we get him. Rue, of course, stumbles in about 3/4 of the way through all of it. But he helped out. Lucky dog got the killing blow on it. So, of course, I'm sure we won't be hearing the end of that once he wakes up. But pretty interesting night for sure. And the guards were so happy to have this resolved, they gave us a nice little reward for it on top of it.
Kazan let you guys get paid?
Well, reluctantly.
Not to my against my will, that be.
Look, honest pay for an honest day's work is all. We didn't exactly shake these guys down, but they were gracious enough to give a reward.
To answer your first
Sounds
question,
like a hell of a fight.
To answer your first question, had I not been there, I'm sure this gentleman, and I use the term loosely, obviously, would have been stealing from everyone left and right.
Look, I'm a legitimate businessman, all right? I'm just out here trying to make a living.
Keep
There's
lying
one
to
thing.
yourself.
I'm ashamed I didn't get to fight a lizard chicken. I didn't even know such a thing existed. It would have been a fun fight.
Well, now you know. Trust my instinct. If I
It
tell you
was,
not to go
well,
back
was
to the
hardly
camp,
worth.
come on out.
It was hardly worth the time.
Well, maybe
But
for
we
you.
did. We did exact the law, and for that I am pleased.
It's a good night for
And
everybody.
so is Kahram.
Well, that's while you guys are talking about that, like the whole story. Like Issa's kind of, she's guiding the cart, but she'll kind of like do the whole, like over the shoulder, like listen, like this big grin on her face as she's listening to all this.
All right. So you're riding through the woods. Just to give you an idea of what you're looking at, it does sort of look like it does in the picture. It's fall. Various, the leaves are starting to change on some of the trees, brightly colored. Now you guys are on a main road, so it takes you the better part of the morning before you completely leave, quote, civilization behind. Before you leave the last roadside wagon selling wares to various would-be harvesters and groups making their way through the great forest this time of year. That these wagons and various stalls line the way for a good bit, and then finally, you notice, oh wow, we've been riding a while, and you haven't seen another person. You're kind of deep into the forest. It's quiet. All you can hear is the clop of the horse and the wagon. Some birds, you can, as you come riding through, you'll disperse a flock here or there, see a squirrel riding around. It's actually pretty nice. For those of you that aren't from the area or have never had an opportunity to make it over here, you're pretty awed by it all. It's a very serene place. Right on. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. So while Issa's kind of just driving at a normal pace, she just kind of start babbling a little bit. I love it when the forest is like this. This is one of my favorite times of the year. All the harvest comes in. Like, did you know that sun apples actually have healing property? A lot of people don't know that. They're very sought after products. In fact,
How sought after?
well, look at all the people around harvesting them. I mean, there's a lord asking for people to, go grab them out of the.
Fair point.
What in the hell is that? Is that like an ogre? Like, I'm looking around.
Doing a perception.
We all hear.
You all hear it. It's not quiet.
Is it a pig? Like,
Make a listen check, everybody,
I just
or those who want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can make a pay attention.
Oh,
Is that
Perception?
Yes, perception is fine because I want you to know what's being said.
Hey yo, I'll take
nice.
that.
All right, so let's see here.
I thought sorry, off table. I thought that was somebody's mic.
Oh,
I
sorry
thought
about
somebody
that.
was fucking
thought someone was
burping or
burping.
something.
Yeah, I thought somebody was burping, which is why
All right.
I'm like, hold on, do you all you all hear that? I'm like, yes, but are we talking in character or out of character right now?
Nice. So the two that made it over, Errol and Griff, as well as Issa, as you guys cock your ears to listen, you can hear that same grumble. How did I get myself stuck here?
How close is it? Like, what direction
It's
are we?
echoing through the woods.
Okay,
And it seems to be off the path. The trail is going on more or less an east to west path, and the sound seems to be coming from in the woods towards the north. But it's echoey. It's hard to get a pinpoint.
fair enough. Issa, you hear that, right? I'm not crazy.
No, I thought that was a pig at first, but it sounds like a big person.
Hey y'all, listen up.
Myself to blame.
Dan,
I slowed
thanks for
down.
that sub. You scared the crap out of me. You hear that, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Guys, y'all listen up. You hear that? There's something out there. Is it still are those noises still happening, Sketch?
Yeah, it's just out there, various mumbles that are the same thing, "Oh, can't get out of here.
What do you guys think?
Something's trapped.
Well, I stopped the
Ogre.
cart. Well, ogres don't speak common, do they? That sounds
They
just like a
can.
big person or something. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just root myself here."
And
I say we
I
keep
look-
moving. If it's not bothering us, we don't need to worry about it.
It sounds like it's in trouble. You don't want to help it?
No.
Why not? I thought that's what holy people did.
We have a mission. We have a mission before us. We have been tasked with getting there as quickly as possible. Why?
Well, it didn't seem to
why
bother
waste
you
more
when
time?
everyone went off to go fight lizard chickens or whatever.
That was a matter of law. This man was stealing from the locals.
Maybe the whatever it is that's stuck out there is stuck in a bear trap that was put there illegally.
I just walk off into the forest
I
towards it.
don't believe that it's illegal to place traps in this forest.
It is
Yes,
if it's
Ariel's
Hey,
gone.
you two see Errol's gone, right?
Ariel's gone.
Oh, gee, well, we have to go get Errol now. Come on. Stop.
We don't have to do anything but
Rue
get
still
to
isn't
our
even moving.
get to our mission location as quickly as possible. Remember what Mr. Eddie told us, whatever his name, Ed Kenny. He said that we need to get there as quickly as possible.
I think we've made pretty good time.
You know, I'll be honest, guys. I'm actually pretty split down the middle with this. I don't know how. This doesn't sound like the most lucrative endeavor, and I really don't feel like I have too strong an opinion on this.
Arrow 5 minutes.
Yeah, Arrow, make your what is that? Nature roll, please.
We're all sitting here bantering on the cart while he's off into the forest.
As you-
Oh!
Dang.
As you
Nice.
walk through the forest and just instantly disappear into the trees, using your elven ears to follow the echoes off the branches and through the woods, you pinpoint on the location of where this is coming from. Creep your way around, and without revealing yourself, see a rather large ent with about a 1,000-pound boulder rolled over one of its branches. He seems to be completely stuck where he's at and rather lamenting the fact.
Do you need help, friend?
Who said that?
I'll step out.
Forest child. I do need help. I am stuck here. And though I know not where I go, I know this is not where I belong.
That boulder is too big for me alone, but would you be alright if I brought the rest of my party over to help move?
Indeed. Any aid you could render would be most welcome.
I'll be back. And then I'll head off back towards the party.
He goes back to you hear him grumbling to himself as you wander away. And while you guys are there bickering, Griff's like, I'm split down the middle. I don't fucking know. In that case, it's like, come on. He's trying to drag the horse down the road. Rue's probably pulling, or Issa's pulling on the reins, like, hold on a minute. Marl's like, yo. And then Errol steps out back onto the road.
There's an ant a few hundred meters into the forest. He's trapped, got a large boulder trapping him. I would consider it a personal favor if the rest of you would come help me free.
What the hell?
What?
Why not?
I thought
And I get up.
Gods, my men, why would we continue to waste time?
I thought ants could lift like 100 times their own weight or something.
A tree man, an ant, not an ant.
Oh, I want to go see. So she ties off the reins and hops out of the cart and follows Errol wherever it is that he takes her.
The favor of an ant would be a powerful boon for getting through this forest and perhaps aid us in our quest later. Just so you.
For the sake of time, I will join you in freeing this ant, but I make it clear now that we are wasting our time stopping for every individual and tree person that needs help.
We just traveled all day. Let's take a break. The pony could rest too. You could probably use a drink or something. Let's go look at that tree guy.
Well,
Yeah,
first let us
Still
find a
plank
plank
down the
or a large branch that we can use to lever to lift the rock off of him.
We could just have the tree guy help us with its arm or something.
The ant himself as leverage.
So, Morrow, do I get it right that while they go help the ant, you're going to hang out with the wagon?
So somebody's stuck watching Passed Out Rue. He owes me.
All right. All right. The rest of you.
I slap Marleman on the shoulder and be like, "I'll let you know if we get into any other cool engagements." And I
It's a
keep
fight.
walking.
You better come get me.
Yeah, if you're looking for something you can use for leverage, a sturdy branch or something like that, make a perception check.
I'll be honest. Grip's
wood,
just
they
kind
don't
of
see
following
wood.
along right now. I've got I don't really feel like I have a dog in this fight, so.
Yep.
Look, another rock. We can use that, right?
As Errol leads you back to where the ant is, you guys don't manage to find anything on your path there. Errol, you kind of step it back into the clearing, with the group now, and the ant's like, so, Forest Child, you have returned. Hopefully, your allies can perform a great feat of strength to help me out of my predicament.
Yes. Have you gotten close to moving it?
He reaches down and you can see his problem. His branch arms can't quite reach the boulder the way he has himself pinned, and his legs are too stiff from being a treant. It's kind of like 3PO. He can't quite bend over to use his own strength to lift it, and his foot's completely wedged under it. So he's got himself in kind of a real weird predicament.
And how does a tree man find himself in this sort of a situation?
I was walking along, small one, and the boulder came loose from that hill there. Such is the way of the wilderness.
Issa like approaches the tree man and is like just looking at him in awe.
He mimics your expression. Like, you don't know if he's mocking you or what he's doing, but he's like, and he kind of bends down as far as he can to look you in the eye.
She turns back to the group. Come on, let's help! And she goes to the boulder and like tries to put.
Hey, Sketch, can I tell if he's being truthful about the way that he got trapped?
Do you have a way to tell, or do you just want a perception?
Insight would be.
Is that a spell or a skill?
No. That's just it's a skill.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 100% being truthful.
Or he's lying through his friggin' branch teeth.
Lying through his bark. I pull the rope off my pack and just motion to the rest of you. Rope.
Yes, that is a rope.
You're very perceptive, young man.
Yeah, give me the rest of your rope.
Oh, okay. You want more rope. See, that is a fully formed sentence. Well done. And I'm really curious to see what you got planned here. And I toss him my rope.
I left mine over in the cart.
We could go get the pony.
Kazan forgot his wallet.
If you think you could get the pony through the woods here, then that would probably be good.
I would suggest not. We don't need that thing.
Hey,
We don't
Scuba,
need that
thanks for the
beast,
follow.
Injuring itself and ruining the mission completely. And not much more than what we're already doing.
She rolls her eyes as you preach. Fine. If we can't get it, then let's get the pony.
So I'm gonna tie the rope into a big loop that can go around the boulder, with the free end trailing off away from the Ent's foot, and then take it over to the sturdiest tree I can find to create kind of a block and tackle situation around the tree. Y'all gonna help me with this or what?
All right, let's get this thing over with.
Who has the highest strength of the group?
We don't know.
I'm a +2.
Not it.
I mean,
I guarantee I'm not it.
Issa probably has higher.
I'm not really
strength.
built for brawn, guys. I'll do what I can, though.
Issa, I want you to make a strength check with advantage.
Everybody, or
You're the strongest out of the group.
Wait, while you guys are doing this, I'm using a piece of charcoal from my tinderbox to draw a phallic object on Drew's forehead.
oh fuck my life.
Jeez.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the group pulling and everything, you just the rock wobbles. You see him try and lift his feet out, and he just can't do it.
I'll go get the pony.
Hold on, aren't you gonna have to? If you're bringing the pony up here, aren't we now talking about, removing the cart, all that stuff too?
Yeah. Have you never taken a pony off of a cart before?
And with the terrain the way it is, that animal is bound to injure itself, break its leg or something.
Look, you got the talking to yourself thing. This is me thing, okay? I'll go get the pony. I'll be right back. She starts trundling off back towards the car.
I'm gonna look around for a large enough branch to help, with most of the people pulling, and then maybe someone trying to lever it off. Maybe that'll be enough together.
Right on. Well, you're setting everything up. Issa comes back with the pony.
We'll just lead it, with the reins, and hook it off the cart.
Still got that harness for the cart, right? So.
Well done.
Here, the pony will help. Let's tie it off. And I will bring the mule over to the end of the rope so we can...
And as you guys all pull together with the mule and the Ent, and this time, I'm not even with the pony there. I'm not even going to make you roll. You guys just yank it and arrows, setting up the pulley and everything. You manage to just get the boulder to roll enough that the Ent comes, pulls his leg free, and he goes, "That's fantastic."
Yes! Cheers. Let's that little chair. Pets the pony.
Very well, then we've done our good deed for the day. Let us be on our way.
Indeed, bearded small one. But let me say a word to the Watcher of the Wilds, that she may protect you as you go about your way for bringing me aid. And he just grumbles for like 10 seconds. You don't understand it.
I assume he's talking about Errol, right?
No, the Watcher of the Wilds would be Yasara.
Oh, okay.
The favor of Yasara is appreciated, old one.
Your god's daughter. Or suspected daughter. Yeah. Maybe daughter. You all get +1 bark skin for 24 hours.
Ooh.
+1 AC.
Nice. What is this feeling?
Yeah,
Did you do this?
Sitting in the wagon, both you and Rue, you can kind of feel like a weird fuzzy glow go over you.
Tingly.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what happened, but...
Ooh. Weird.
Be safe, little ones. And if our paths cross again, it would not be unwelcome. And he starts stumbling off into the forest.
Issa will lead the pony back to the cart.
Farewell, big one.
My name It's Leafly.
What was that?
Leafly.
Thank you. Question, DM. Plus one
Yo.
bark skin, is that just a bonus of 1 for our armor class?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
+1 to AC for 24 hours until you wake up the rest of the day.
Right. Thank you.
I'm Isarindra. And she waves as he.
You can see like
Bundles
his
up.
branches shake like a tree waving, in the wind.
What time of day is it now, Sketch?
Midday, past lunchtime.
Are we back at the cart?
Yeah.
Oh, Marleman, you missed it. There were creatures everywhere. We got ambushed. It was a bloodbath.
Griff, you made me a promise you were gonna come get me, and here I am getting all tingled up. And you
Look,
guys
I
are out there
keep
fighting?
telling you to stick with us.
There were ants
Come on, you had to
everywhere.
watch the drunk guy.
They were crawling all over. It was terrible.
You missed another great battle, friend.
Don't listen to this scamp.
Oh, let me have some fun with them, cousin.
There was nothing exciting. It was just a stupid tree man and a rock.
Stupid tree man. That's not very nice.
Just his arms and legs.
Issa will start hooking the mule back up to the car, and then get back to drive and get the reins ready. And when everyone's ready, she'll.
I'm
Head
set.
up.
I'm ready to go. No, yeah, you didn't miss anything this time, Marlon, man. I just figured I'd have a little bit of fun with you.
Next time we'll just put some sticks in Rue's clothes, and we'll carry him along with us.
Yeah, what is that? Did you put that on his?
Weekend at
Did you?
Bernie's.
Did you put that on his forehead?
Only thing that happened to us. I don't know.
Fair
But,
enough.
Put that on his head.
Plausible
That'll
deniability.
teach him.
I respect that. Hey,
You can remove it now,
Errol.
too, due to the,
Errol,
the
you got
tingle.
Errol. You remember that rope? I'm gonna need that rope back, Errol. You still got that?
Yeah, here you go.
Appreciate you. I tucked that back into my satchel. Well, then
Right
I
on.
suppose we're off.
You guys spend the better part of the day riding along the forest. The only notable encounter is when you come across a couple of other people walking along the path. A little bit of chit chat. They're heading to their own wagon, nothing out of the or their own group.
Hey, cousin, you want to go on an adventure with them too?
He looks at you he just looks at you clearly irritated.
And I just laugh, you know.
But,
Very much a I'm just screwing with you kind of a smirk.
But nothing out of the ordinary happens until the sun starts going down. This isn't unusual. You knew that the grotto you were making for would be about a day and a half away. It normally comes in on the second day of most people's travel. It's where they camp the second day. So you knew you were going to have to pick a spot to kind of chill out the first night. And it's becoming about that time where you're going to want to set up camp for the evening. There's plenty of places. It's like traveling down a well-traveled highway. You know what I mean? You could find pull-offs everywhere. And it's, before long, you find a nice empty place to pull the wagon over and set up a camp without going too far off the road. A little stream bubbling by that'll let you get some fresh water.
All right,
And
so
you guys have a camp set up.
all right, well, what do you say?
How
Probably
much
time
farther
to.
can this freaking wagon be?
We got to be getting close, right? Who's keeping track of this stuff?
You think we're maybe a little over halfway there? If it's supposed to be like a day and a half, we spent a day, but some of it was detours, so maybe like 2/3 of the way there.
Maybe.
I reckon that
Yeah,
sounds
Issa might
about
know.
right.
Rue is just
Issa's been
still.
driving.
He's this guy's a mess, huh?
Next time we see somebody on the road, we should ask them if they've seen the cart.
Not a bad idea. You say like, see if they've spotted the downed cart.
Yeah, if they've come past it on the road.
Yeah, might simplify things for us. That's for sure.
I gotta step away.
No.
I gotta step away for a bit while I can eat something. Be right back.
So how are you guys setting up the camp? How are you guys doing watches, stuff like that?
I say we bury this this Bardling fellow. Methinks he's dead.
There might be some fun in that, but I don't think he's dead. But boy, does he enjoy getting close.
Issa will take the mule and take it off the cart and then lash it to the tree so that it, or hobble it so that it can still kind of move around and tie it off with the rope near the tree so it can graze.
Of course.
Block off the wheels and stuff.
If someone wishes to take first watch, I will take the second.
I suppose I could take first.
I'll take the first watch.
Very well. I'll take second.
I guess I'll take the last watch then.
I'll take second.
I can take. What I'm saying is, I can take 4 hours of watch. So I can take the last 4 hours because I have.
Great.
I
So
just
much
need
the
to
better.
transfer the first 4 hours.
So we only need four other people.
So Kazan's first, Issa's second, and Errol's taken last, or is Griff taken last?
No, it was gonna be.
I'll take the last half. I'll transfer the first 4 hours, and then I'll take the last half as watch.
All right.
All right. So what was the order? Kazan, sorry.
Issa, and Errol.
And then myself, right? Because we have 8 hours to cover, do we not?
Errol's taking 4, and Issa and Kazan are both taking 2. No.
Okay. I mean, that's fine by me.
So Kazan and Issa are first, and then Errol's taking the late watch, right?
Correct.
All right.
Griff can get a good night's sleep.
He's taking that balls to 4.
Issa. About an hour after Kazan goes to bed, you're sitting there. The night's, pretty deep at this point. It's probably about midnight, You're sitting there minding your own business when, for a split second, a flash of light, maybe you're guessing in the second you got to see it, maybe 2 football fields deep into the woods, brightens the whole area like daylight for a split second. Boom, and you can see the pinpoint where it's like too bright to stare at, as if the sun lit, and then the light's gone.
Whoa, she stands up and kind of blinks at the little dot that's in her eye, wherever that spot was, right? And tries to kind of look out that direction.
Was it just light, or is there also sound associated?
It was like it wasn't a loud sound. It wouldn't be loud enough to wake you up.
All right.
Was the light enough to startle me out of my trance?
No. Let's see here. Issa, give me a perception check.
Got that. Your night vision has been compromised.
White out.
Yeah.
Perception.
No. You just had the light. You can't really stop. You can't hear anything coming from the woods or nothing. But that light, man.
That was strange. And there was no sound, or there was some sound, but it was very dull.
Yes. Maybe like a magical twang to it. That's right. Like a.
Okay. Well, I won't wake anybody up just yet, but she will definitely have a heightened sense of awareness.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like keep her head on a swivel, and that's really strange.
About 5 minutes go by. Make another perception.
Ah, my life. Are you kidding me?
Grief! You're the worst!
The worst watch guard ever.
What?
Thankfully, she's only on for 2 hours total.
As you're sitting there, you've never felt this before, but you immediately recognize it. The feeling of cold steel against the flesh of your neck. As a man, maybe roughly your size, somewhere between you and Errol's size. A lithe man, but pure, muscle and armor, grabs you from behind and puts a blade up against your neck. You hear him whisper into your ear. It's an old dialect of Lysical Elven. You can only pick up 1 or 2 words, even if you speak Elven. I don't know that you do, but you would know enough of the words that 1 or 2 words sound familiar, but it's old enough that you recognize it as like old Elven, from the like ceremonial speech and stuff that you've heard through towns and whatnot.
She speaks Elven and Sylvan.
All right, so the best you can guess is why do you camp here?
She kind of puts her hands up, right? She doesn't struggle or anything like that. And she will say, as best as she can, we're just traveling, just for the night.
He pulls against you to pull you to your feet. Do you resist or do you stand with him?
I stand.
You wake again in that old Elvish dialect. You just hear wake. But you can tell he's gesturing to you to wake your friends.
Okay. She hesitates a moment, trying to consider how best to do this.
As you glance down and you can see the blade that's held against your neck, it is intricate as fuck. Layered work, scroll work along the blade, ancient runes.
Okay. Hey, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Like she'll start kind of, unless this attacker decides to like tell her to shut up, she'll do her best to try to.
That when you get
somebody.
very loud, he kind of gives you a that's enough, But by this point, everybody in the camp has started to get up, except of course Rue.
So I am I'm
Like
kind of
the
shaking
wrong
myself
side.
off
What-
and grumbling
what is
and
it
like,
now?
what is it? What's going on out there, Issa? Everything
Who
all
in the
right?
party does Elvish? Well, I'll just leave it at this. Those of you that speak Elvish, this is coming across best described as like pigeon Elvish. You know what I mean? Every other word. You don't speak this dialect of it. But he questions you if you are with the Dark Ones. The only reason you have to be in this forest at this time is if you were with the dark side. If you were with Chaos, are you with the Imperial Dwarves? Things like that.
Is he
I'm a
saying
refu-
that? He's saying that
I'm a
in
refugee
Elvish,
from
yes?
the Imperial Dwarves.
He's
They
saying those
enslaved my
things in
people.
Elvish?
We are not
Yes.
with.
Okay. What is he saying? Who
What
understands
are
this?
y'all jibber jabbering about now? Oh look, the Bardling fellow finally decided to awaken.
He's not in voice just yet.
Oh, okay.
So he's waving his blade around. Those of you that can clearly see him, his armor is just about the prettiest shit you've ever seen.
Scat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak up in Elven.
Hold on one
I was a
second.
refugee from.
What did you want, Issa?
If he takes, so is this a different blade, or is this the blade that was at my throat that he's waving around?
It's the blade that was at your throat. He pulls it away a bit. He has a pretty strong grip on you if you want to fight him. Just be careful.
Right. So he had it kind of here, right, and then
Right.
he's kind of doing this, right, like
Right,
as
right.
he's pointing at people. As soon as he does this, wham! I fucking headbutt his ass right in the bridge of his.
Make an attack roll.
As soon as I see that happening, I draw my weapons.
Arrow, what were you going to say? Because you're talking as this happens, so say what you're saying.
I was a refugee from the Dwarven Empire. I have no love for them. We're not here on their behalf, nor the Dark.
All right. In the middle of your saying that, Issa tries to take a swing at him, completely fucking misses,
Jesus
and just gets fucking planted into the fucking dirt with this sword at the back of her neck. You are not the enemies. You are not enemies of the law. This cannot be. You are wearing disguises. The only reason you could be here is because you are enemies. I will kill you all.
I step back, I draw my bow, I'm like, you need to step back.
At least I'm prone.
You can either talk or roll for initiative. What are you doing?
Small boy.
I mean, is he speaking? I asked him to step back.
He does not step back.
Who are you?
Hold.
What do you
friends.
want? Errol, what was that, Errol?
I said hold.
You sure about that?
There's no need for bloodshed now.
Perfect
We're not here
time.
to-
Without explaining anything, Rue, you wake up.
Oh, where am I?
Oh, look, the little bardling fellow finally decided to awaken from his
Drunken
night
stupor?
of drunkenness and whatever else.
The last thing I remember was 2 beautiful women and a jug of ale.
The elf standing there again. This armor, immaculate, cape flowing in the wind. Actually, I have a picture of him.
All right, I'm lowering my weapon. Like, you don't look like a bandit.
Perhaps he's not a bandit, but he has poor choice of armor. No
Who's our
doubt
new
about
friend?
that.
Yeah, poor
Please
choice of
don't
people to
have
disturb
him kill
too.
me.
You see, he has the small boy planted on the ground with his at her back.
Help!
The elf reacted all to Rue's face.
He's just animatedly yelling that, like, you guys. He's waiting for something like, Arrow, what are you saying? You seem to be the one that's talking to him, and he's listening to you. The refugee thing piqued his ears until he tried to get hit in the face, and had to put Issa into the dirt.
We're here on a charter from the Lord back in
Xanthia.
Watch your voice.
the Lord back in Xanthia. We're just here to try to fix the cart of one of the apple harvesters. We don't know what's been going on here, but we mean you no ill will as long as you don't mean us any ill.
Is this Elvish or
Whatever-
common?
Whatever
Yes.
jibber jabber,
Yes, all in
whatever
Elvish.
jibber
Okay.
jabber these two are speaking. This is the most I've ever heard Errol say.
Errol, make either a charisma check or if you have persuasion.
Errol,
Rue's face in his current state throw him off at all?
I mean, I can help with persuasion.
Fuck this RNG tonight, man. This
I
is
don't believe you.
roll
You
20
are a
hate
spy
this
from the
man.
Imperial Empire.
Gentlemen. We're no spies.
You're.
We're but a humble
Do you
troop.
speak Elvish?
I look at Rue and I'm like,
Is this Elvish? Wait. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
out of game.
So as this
Yes.
guy is talking, if you speak Elven, you know enough to understand that he is speaking Elvish, but what will come across as broken to you. It's from a very old dialect. You only understand every other word. So when he's saying, like, you're the enemy, it's like Tonto talking to you. You know what I mean?
Errol, what is this guy saying?
All right, Dave, how do I pull up my character card again?
all right, hold on, break.
Sorry.
Click the journal, which is second
Yeah.
from the left. Click your name,
Yeah.
and then you should be able to pull your character sheet up
Character
from there.
sheet. Okay, and then I can pop it out. All right. Good. Sorry. I just
that's okay.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I only speak Dwarvish.
Aren't you a half elf? I could be wrong about that.
No, I'm a human. I
that's
speak
right.
Common and Dwarvish. Yep, that's all I speak. I'm sorry.
don't
You know what?
understand-
Hold on, break. Yeah, I actually just realized I speak Elvish.
There you go.
Let's take a hot fucking character break here and realize who speaks the
I
language.
forgot.
You are own
I
character
forgot.
for some old-
So I totally understand this. Outstanding. so I step
I
in.
also really love how you pulled your bow back, but you shoved your nubbin in the camera. That was good.
Yeah, well, that's the arrowhead. So so as Errol, as I hear that this elf is not seeming to believe Errol, right? It's obvious to me that he does not believe. I step in and be like, hey now, friend, like this man
He
tells the
switches
truth.
his gaze over to you, but does not lift his blade. His blade is like right in the nape of Issa's
All right.
back.
Why don't you lift that weapon? Look, I think there's a misunderstanding here. You're wearing armor like that. Obviously, you're no thug. You may be under the impression that we're here to do some kind of harm, but my friend here speaks the truth. We're just here completing a job. There's somebody out here in these woods with a downed carriage, and this carriage you see behind us, this is meant to replace it for the sun apple harvest.
Make a persuasion
Oh.
check.
Watch the master.
Yeah, all right.
Fumble. Oh my god!
Good
You
God.
You
Crit.
see the blade.
So weird.
As you're talking, the blade lifts up off the back of her neck ever so subtly, but easily he could make a strike. You know what I mean?
Issa stays right where she's at.
Gentlemen, I have literally no idea what's being said, but I promise you, there is a bar just back that way, and Mead will solve all of this. My dwarf friend knows what's going on. Look at him with his beautiful beard.
He looks
Quiet
at
bard.
you.
So
He looks back over at Arrow. He looks back at you. Griff.
so he's lifted his blade. I was like, all right, that's a good start. I think we can
You're-
work. I think we can work with that.
All right.
I'm Griff.
Why do your words sound so bad?
I'm bad at words.
I would. Well, he's talking to me. He's talking to me.
Is this
I'm
Elvish?
not talking to you,
I'm
Mike.
Yeah,
sorry.
we're talking in Elvish.
Wait. Does he notice Rue's face at all? I want to know if that gets a reaction.
What do you mean?
The,
You know what he means.
decoration.
Come on.
The decoration.
There's a decoration.
He's not paying
Do I
any
have
attention
dicks
to
all over
Rue
my
at all.
Is my face covered in dicks?
The charcoal.
You don't know.
God, I hope so.
I like how that's the first assumption.
Of course not. Small boy.
So
Listen here,
I would
you
say that-
elvish creeps. I am trying to sleep. Take your conversation onto the other side of the road and let me be.
can I send our angry dwarf friend back to sleep? Would that be okay with you?
Are you speaking in common or dwarven?
I'm speaking in Dwarvish
Jason.
right now because I have yet
Oh,
to
I'm
ascertain whether he
speaking in
speaks
Dwarvish?
common
Well, that I
or
understand.
Elven. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm speaking
What
in
about you,
Elven to
Kazan?
this guy about Kazan.
I just need to know, did anybody at any time speak dwarven?
No, I have not spoken Dwarvish at all.
All right. So again, he asked you, why are your words so bad?
You know, to be honest, I would say the same thing about you. Your dialect seems very, very different to me. Do you speak common?
He shakes his head. I never could stomach the tongue.
All right, fair
As
enough.
all this
And
is
then
happening,
instantly, the next words, quite a few of you, those of you that speak dwarven would understand what he's saying.
Hmm.
Perhaps you understand the tongue of the stone people.
I do.
Yes! I do.
I-
So like,
He
Yeah.
presses the blade back into Issa's neck just ever so slightly,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
which
whoa,
only
whoa.
confirms my
Hold on.
suspicion. You are agents of the Legion.
my friend,
Agents
we're
of the
not.
Legion. There's a lot. Have you? Where do you hail from? You do realize there are settlements relatively close to here with a wide variety of people from different backgrounds. I'm a man of business. I've learned how to speak any language in order that I need to work with people.
My
And your
friend
people
Griff.
burned the Edgewood.
Not our people.
Sketch.
My friend Griff speaks the truth.
Yes, Kazan.
Have you
Is-
been to the nearest settlement? If you have, maybe you've seen me playing at your local establishment. Little guitar, little singing, little music. Do you recognize me? Of course, I
already
have
done
dicks
yet.
apparently
My-
drawn all over my face.
What are you saying, Kazan?
He's speaking in Dwarvish now, correct?
He
Yes.
is.
Okay. I guess I perhaps have an idea what the
1,000
issue. I perhaps have an idea what the issue is. So I reach down and I grab my tabard that has the seal of Kahram on it, and I hold it up for him to see, because the Legion of Dwarves do not have any dealings with
Do you have
Kahram.
a holy symbol, like on your neck or like a pendant?
No,
or
my holy
something?
symbol is on my my warhammer.
Okay.
All right. So, Rue, when you do your thing, do you recognize me? He shouts back at you. The nearest villages here were plundered and burned weeks ago. I've never seen your face before.
It's
Interesting.
possible I don't know where I am.
Interesting battle paint.
But I will
And he
say
goes back
this. These odd men that I'm with are very serious, and you should take them as such, especially my small dwarf friend.
When you hold
If
up
he
the
speaks, it is the truth.
when you hold up the eye of Danrak, he looks at you for a minute, and you can tell it's the first time anyone has ever looked at you with distrust after displaying that symbol. And he goes, "How do I not know you are not part of the corrupt? There has been problems with the church in Xanthia lately. Heroes recently have brought down the high priest of Danrak, exposed his corruption, his allegiance with the Iron Empire.
Do I have any idea what he's talking about?
Yeah,
What is the right check for
History?
this? Yes.
you do. Okay.
And I'll give you a +1 to it.
And they're all still speaking Dwarven, yes?
They are.
Yeah.
They are. Dan, you know what? I'm just going to give this to you because you would have studied this. So he is referring to an incident around the time of the Second Chaos War where a group of heroes exposed corruption.
Can I ask a question sort of out of game? Like, if he was one of these, like, just in world lore, if he was one of these people, like one of these, like, he's like a paladin, right? So he's like a real believer. Would, under normal circumstances, he associate with people like Griff and me? Like a pickpocket and a drunk bard?
Who, Kazan?
Yeah.
Cousin?
Well, Kazan, that gets complicated because of the working relationship they have with the Ravens, which are bards and rogues.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
the priesthood of Danrak understands that in times of need, secrecy is important as being
okay.
able to see everything. You know
All
what
right.
I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
thanks.
then-
Because I would have said, like, just being with Griff and me would have been, like, proof enough. But if
But,
that's the case, then never
And
mind.
But yeah,
I know
when he
how long
talks
ago
about
this
that-
happened, right?
about 300 years ago.
Oh, that's all?
What age think ye it?
What, dwarf?
What age think ye it? That incident of which you have just referred happened over 300 years ago.
But it happened within the past few weeks. We just had those very same adventurers in Lysessel.
Thank you.
I saw them with my own eyes not mere days ago.
Has anything happened to you since then that perhaps you have been transported?
Again, he ever so slightly lifts his blade off of Issa. I was fighting. There were sounds of battle all around me. Spells were being cast. I grew dizzy and found myself in the woods absent of sounds of battle.
There was a big
Something-
flash before he showed up, everyone.
That would have been good to know. Thank you, Issa. Friend,
You didn't tell us?
friend, so there's definitely something funny at work here. But we're gonna put away our weapons, and I kind of look at everybody like, if you've got weapons drawn, I'm making a show of disarming myself. Just kind of sheathing everything, making it very known. If you let our friend off the ground there, I think we can work together to figure out
Can while all this
exactly
is
what's going on
happening,
here.
if we're not in combat, sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Right.
My bad. Really.
No,
Sorry.
all good.
All right. So
Go ahead.
while all this is happening, while he's sheathing his blade, if we're not in combat and movement isn't a thing, can I just move kind of behind Issa?
He's behind Issa. So if you move behind
Just
Issa,
close.
you're moving behind him.
Just maybe adjacent, close.
I mean, you can. I would say watch because he's still threat level 5 here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He's got his blade within killing distance of Issa.
All right. So maybe if I just like kind of drunkenly stumble and fall to the ground near him.
Oh my
Like
God,
not in
he's
a
gonna get
threatening
me
way,
killed.
like I don't have my faculties about me. Just near. I don't have to be within a pace or so. Just kind of closer.
Sure.
Okay. I just want to be a little bit closer to what's going on because I have a strong attachment to the small boy.
So I've
Elvish.
I've
Amazing
said-
how he can still be drunk.
I've said my piece to the elf.
As you put your weapons away, he looks around. He watches Rue fucking
Christina.
stumble on drunkenly to the ground. He sees Issa's clearly not a threat. He's still somewhat untrusting of Kazan. And looks over at Errol. Switching back to Elvin, where do you hail from? And he's looking right at you, Errol. You said you were a refugee. Explain.
A very small island off the coast of the Dwarven Empire. We lived unmolested for my whole life until
Stop, damn
one
it,
day
Mike.
Drew, why are you laughing?
Unmolested.
something funny.
Really?
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Continue, Errol.
Yeah.
One day I made a discovery,
Undisturbed.
and it drew the attention of the Empire. They invaded, and without too much trouble, enslaved my entire village. After several years of servitude, I managed to escape to this land here. And now I'm just trying to make my way. Hopefully someday I'll be able to return. But I assure you, I bear the Dwarven Empire absolutely no love.
Out of game. I'm sorry, guys, that I it was late flight. Did we learn anything more about Errol? Because before this, Errol has only said like 2 words.
That's exactly. You're waking up into it, man.
You're in it, man.
All
right,
This is
well then-
actually completely appropriate for you that you have been passed out since
All
you
right,
went to
good.
sleep.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He lifts up the blade swiftly, without even, clearly a sword's master. Without looking, slips his blade silently, quickly into his sheath, takes a step towards you. And he switches the Elvish language. Dave, those of you that speak Elven don't understand a word he's saying, except you, Errol. And this time, he is getting about every other word right in your native tongue. You recognize changes in dialect, inflection. You've heard the tongue in the main and land from other elves throughout the Dwarven Empire. And he goes, I'm sorry about what has happened to your people. Furthermore, if what these men here say is true, I am sad that this travesty has lived on as long as it has.
As am I. Care to help me fix it?
He switches back to Dwarven, since most of the group seems to be able to understand it. I would like to know
Marvin's still
more.
standing there confused as hell. He doesn't
Wait,
speak
wait,
or Elven.
Wait, most of the group does, but is Errol one of the ones who does speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
He switches back to Dwarvish, and I would like to know more. If indeed what you say is true, that many years, many decades, perhaps centuries have passed since I last stood in my homeland. What happened? Was chaos contained? Was the war ended? Why do the Iron Dwarfs still plague the mainland?
Cousin, you got anything on that?
I might.
Cousin went back to sleep.
Oh.
I might. I've been playing music in every town across the land for a century.
Well,
Well, I'm
would
kind of
walk over
curious
and-
to see who read the lore and wants to tell this guy a little bit about what happened. Anybody?
I could read it
Well,
right
while
now.
this is going on, I would be leaning over to Griff saying, like, what the hell's going on? Because I don't do Elven or Dwarf.
I'm going to go over to Kazan and try to wake him up.
Haven.
My friend. In Dwarvish.
Now is not
Why
the time for
the-
friendships. Now is the time for sleeping. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. Leave me be.
I have my round, beautiful dog to cuddle with. Sorry, I was looking at your picture there.
In D&D, it's called a companion.
Oh, okay.
Or familiar.
So, who we're speaking to is an elf.
Right.
That much I can recognize. Okay. My friend, what is your conflict here? Do you not love the finest wines and meads and maidens of the land?
So, I am a warrior. I seek to undo the wrath of chaos. I seek to protect the realms so that people like yourself can enjoy the finer things in life.
My friend, I am a veteran. I have served my time. But
Stolen
I now
valor.
enjoy.
That's kind of what this dude's thinking. Like, veteran my ass.
No, when I was but a young man, I did serve. But I left to serve myself. I think. I can't honestly remember. But regardless, we have common goals. We both want the same things.
I want
What do
nothing
you-
to do with your sun apples.
Very well. I want nothing to do with the sun apples either. What you
But
and
that
I
is
want
why
is
your friends
honor.
say you are here. Honor. What know you about honor?
I know everything about honor, my friend.
Snorts from the ground.
Oh, you can get up now.
You
These
were let
dudes-
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she won't stand up, but she'll sit where she's at.
Fair enough.
I know about honor. Sun apples, no sun apples, battles with dwarves, battles with elves. I understand these things. I play music to soothe the pain and insanity of the world. To bring a small moment of joy to the chaos that is our lives. So don't talk to me of honor.
All this with a dick on his head.
Yes, I am aware. He does not seem to be buying into your bullshit.
It's not bullshit. That's the fucking tragedy. It's not bullshit. All right.
Well,
so
he's
goodbye.
taking it that way. You know what I mean?
Regardless of what you think of me, my friend, what do you want?
Well, again, if what your people says is true, and I find myself much removed from where I belong, I would like to know what happened.
You're from Lysasul.
Indeed, this is where my people roam.
You worked with the Xanthian military, did you not?
Indeed.
From what I understand, y'all fought with the Khazadar dwarves, and I'm no history buff, but I've heard that they were able to hold the city, and I think it was about 5 years ago the armies from the Western Kingdom arrived. I don't really know what's going on with all this talk about the battle against chaos, but it certainly hasn't taken over. We're certainly not under the oppression of some evil force. So there must have been
We
some
find
level of
ourselves
victory.
now. He reaches into his pouch and produces a map, a pretty well drawn map of the area, and he asks, "Where are we at now?"
And so let me pull it up. And I show him. I point to the Edgewood. I point to Xanthia where we began our journey, and I show him where we are now.
And he rolls the map back up. What is clear to me is that you are not allies of the Imperial Empire, or the Imperial Empire, of the Iron Empire.
You got that right.
One of the wild folk would not aid them in any way. And he looks at Errol as he says that. He says, "I will be on my way."
Where are you heading? There was a blinding light in this area not too long ago. I don't know what the last thing you remember is or how you came to be here, but my intuition tells you the two are connected. You'd be welcome to travel with us until you can figure this out.
We have perhaps another day of travel to accomplish our mission, but then
Go in the opposite direction.
perhaps you would.
I will make my way to
Perhaps
the
you would need to go
Xanthia
to
and my
West
Sisal.
All right, can you say that again?
Yeah, he thanks you. but he says you head in the opposite direction. I will make my way to Edgewood, Xanthia, and Lycessel and reunite with my people. There I will find the answers I need.
Fair enough. Best of luck to you then.
Do you need anything for your journey?
No, these woods pose no threat to me.
Do you have anything to drink you'd be willing to sell?
He just walks away.
Okay. All right. You know, you don't know if you don't try, I guess.
Always worth an
Farewell,
effort.
traveler.
Well, I
Might
suppose
we have
I'll
had
be.
your name?
I suppose I'll be turning back in.
Soldaris. You may call me Soldaris. Perhaps we will meet again.
Hey, while I was sleeping, did I get a long rest?
Yes.
You got a
Okay,
super
good.
long rest.
Very long
Okay.
rest.
I just want to make sure my spells are all like.
Yeah, I'm on my way back into the tent, and I slap her on the shoulder. Nice of you to rejoin us. And then I go to bed.
All right,
I didn't say it, like, not angrily, just like a kind of messing with you a little bit. Nice of you to rejoin us.
Solomon
Head
would have
back to
asked
bed.
Issa on the way back what the hell just happened. Just
Uh,
fill me in.
Out of game, how do I. Is there a way on the character sheet to do a long rest because my healing word is gone?
Does anybody know how to refresh spells? I'm not sure.
That is
Yeah.
an excellent question. Let's come back to that in a moment.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just play on.
I'll
Sorry.
take a
Well,
look
Dave-
at
Dave-
it, and I'll message you.
Yeah.
Dave wants to
Okay.
take
Good.
5, so we're going to take a quick 5.
Sorry.
Everybody be back here at 10:20.
Hey, Sketch, before you go,
Yep.
you are a beautiful son of a bitch, and I appreciate the fuck out of you DMing for us.
Hey, no worries, man.
Here, here.
Here, here.
I imagine there has to be a rest function somewhere in here. If you guys want to take a look at that and try and figure it out, I'm looking at the settings right now.
Yeah.
And looking through there. Take a look. I am going to step away for a minute. I will be right back.
Hey, Dave,
Dan.
before you go,
Yes.
you're also a beautiful son of a bitch, and I miss the shit out of you.
Aw, I miss you too, buddy. Right back.
I
All
saw
right.
that, Morrow. I liked you
Hey,
giving your
Dave?
picture a drink.
Dan, before you go,
I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, what's up?
you're a beautiful son of a bitch, and I miss you too.
Hey, we'll get to see you. We'll get to see you soon.
I hope so. I've been talking about Dave about trying to, I've only got PAX East tickets through Stack Up. I've been trying to talk to him about it. He's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Work it out. I'm like, we're getting down to the 0 hour, and I'm worried I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's it. Angrily
I don't-
grunt.
I don't have I don't have any word for you on that right now. But
Yeah. All right.
let's see here. So if you used the character mancer, didn't you, to create your character sheet?
I did.
I don't know if that gave you any different layout or options than
It's a little
just
weird.
doing the manual. If you
It
go to
does not.
spells, if you go to the spells tab on your character sheet.
All right. Yep. All right. I'm there.
All right. So in your character sheet there, you should have, like, on your first level spells, it should have the total slots that you have available, and then there's slots remaining. You can change that. You can change the slots remaining up or down depending on how many spells you've used that day.
Oh, okay. Well, let me try. Nope.
You can't change the remaining slots.
Well, I mean, it says slots total 2.
Yeah, but right next to it should say slots remaining.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I'll go back up to 2. I don't know why I
Yeah.
had 0. I only used the one spell. Oh,
Probably-
did I use
probably
Thunderwave?
because-
I might have.
Probably
I might have
because
used-
you never set. You may have never set it to 2 to start with.
No, I used healing, and then I might have used Thunderwave on the
I don't think you
cockatrice.
did
I'm just saying I killed the cockatrice.
with your spear.
Yeah, I sure did. Gangsters do what gangsters do. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna drain the lizard. Be back. Be back. Be back.
All right.
Actually, while I have you, Dan,
Mm-hmm.
you missed. I don't know if you missed something.
I'm sorry, you broke up there.
I said I don't know if you missed it or purposefully ignored it, but you were given 2 challenges through your guidance, and you didn't like. But one of them was strength, and one of them was wits, and you kind of walked away from both of those challenges in favor of your mission. So just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
Oh, the birds are so peaceful.
They are. Did you guys figure out the long rest?
Yeah, we got it.
Care to share with the class?
Yeah. The so you go to your spells page, and take for instance your level 1 spells.
Mm-hmm.
You should have a number under total slots, and then you should be able to change up or down under remaining slots.
Understood. So you're not hitting a rest button, you're just giving yourself the slots back?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So, when you use a spell, make sure that you remove a slot in that remaining slot section.
Not an issue for me, but it does let me know how I'll be managing my hit points.
Yeah, hit points will be done the same way.
All right, looks like we're still missing Mike and Errol. Are you back, Ben?
Back.
All right. We'll give Mike and Errol a few seconds and get back on the road.
Yeah, give me like another minute.
Well, I think Marl had asked Issa what the hell was going on, right? Because he couldn't understand anything.
So explain it.
Yeah, to which Issa will reply as she kind of stands up and dusts herself off of the leaves and things. Well, I guess this elf was thinking we were part of the Iron Empire or something like that. And I guess he came from... There was a big flash in the forest, like over there. And then he came up behind me and he did that thing with the knife. And then I guess that flash might have been him coming in from some, I don't know, like other time or something. But then, like, everyone started talking about history and stuff. And then he walked off. So, I mean, that was just really weird. But he was like from a different time or something.
And then...
Well,
no more and then!
Does Marl say anything back?
Mar would say, they say people who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. They never said anything about people in history who don't learn it.
Gives a little chuckle. Yeah, I mean, I guess he was a fighter. I mean, did you see that weapon? Like that knife? His armor? Like, that's not normal. I mean, that's expensive stuff. I mean, he either stole it or he was rich or knows
Small boy's
how to
right.
fight real well.
All right. So, daylight comes and you want to go home.
Like, come and you wanna go home.
Is Alex back?
Hey, Mr. Tallyman.
He is. You're gonna have to.
You guys not see me? I can't see any of you.
We can't. But daylight's coming. We want to go home.
Hover over your own video, and hit the little refresh thing. I'm guessing you've done that because you just disappeared from mine.
There's a Rhyhorn outside.
Yeah, I got you now.
I got Sketch and Dan.
All right, it ought to come back. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Well, I got a bit of an echo. Say something again, Dave.
You're good. I had to mute up. All right,
All
so
right.
I'm gonna give everybody's camera a minute to just come back here, but we can continue.
Sketch, Cousin is awaking early as he normally does for prayers to beseech Kahram for guidance for the day.
Today, the impression that you get is that you might face tragedy, something unexpected, ill omens.
Right on.
Who did we just lose?
It looks like
that's mine.
Ben.
I'm coming back.
Don't worry about the feed, guys. Like it'll straighten itself out. Let's not get caught on the
Yep.
Technology.
I'm not.
Wi-Fi.
I just asked quick. That's all.
But yeah, you wake up in the morning. The rest of the night's uneventful. And you are you doing anything or just continuing on your way? Standard stuff.
First thing in the morning.
Griff's got nothing this morning. He's just looking to hit the road.
Yep.
Take care of the pony.
So, where's my glass? So, I don't know. This is the first time I've D&D'd in a long time. So, can I like cook a meal that might bolster my teammates?
There's no
By way
bolster.
of
I mean, you guys
policy?
can have breakfast and stuff like that. You don't. At first level, you certainly don't know anything special.
Nothing special. Okay, so I can't cook a meal that's gonna like.
The DM
Yeah.
can give us inspiration, which let me look at the rules on that real quick.
That means
It
we've lost
allows
our-
us to
We've lost our
it
iron
allows
bar,
us
right?
to roll with advantage at one point of our choosing, if I remember correctly.
And
All
the
right.
bark skin is gone.
The bark skin is gone.
Or I think you can use it to re-roll, make a re-roll, right? Or is that right?
Or no, you have the bark skin till at least supper time. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Inspiration. Let's see. Game master can use reward a player or character. Let's see. Let's see. If you
While
have
you're
inspiration,
looking that
you can
up-
expend it. You can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. Spending inspiration gives you advantage on that roll.
All right.
It says a
So-
player, so if I cook a meal for one player,
No, you can hold on. Don't worry about this. You're getting too deep in the weeds here. Slow down.
sorry.
Cooking would be survival. I just want to double check that. It's the only stat that I see that would align with that.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Rue, you don't really have a survival, but you do. You can make a base check, cook. Make a survival check.
Also, Rue, did you inadvertently wash your face last night?
Oh damn.
I'm gonna
Alright.
keep this going.
Hold
if
on.
You never cleaned it.
Hold on. We're gonna have to fix this later. Rue gets the 13.
I know. So Rue,
Oh, sorry. I just clicked survive.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
okay.
in this particular case, you make a pretty tasty breakfast. However, it's not quite good enough to give people inspiration.
Okay.
Keep trying.
But it's delicious.
It's delicious. Yes, it's not inspirational. It's not
just-
kill the cook good. It's just good.
All right. But it also maybe with the party might give me a little leeway because I've been a drunk schmuck.
All right. So you guys eat your breakfast. You head out on your way. Another, you figure it's probably going to take most of the day to get there.
Sketch, I'm sorry. One more thing before we leave.
Mhm.
I'm gonna come over to Issa.
All right.
And my elf friend, let me see your armor. Perhaps I can bolster you for the day.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to use my class feature to give his armor +1 AC.
So she kind of lifts her cloak away a little bit, or her jacket, and it's just like this kind of shoddy chainmail. It's not very good armor at all. See, but it was a kind of a hand-me-down when I was part of the militia. It's not very good, but it helps, right?
Well, allow my dwarven touch to empower you for the day.
Oh, she says thank you in Dwarven.
Oh, you speak
Ajah
speak
Bahana.
dwarven now.
Christina.
We just said thank you. Shrugs.
Christina.
Gives him a little smile. Goes back to driving the cart. Or this is before we were going, right? Gets into the cart then.
All right. You make your way through, just picking up from where we left off. It takes about, so make sure you make that, is that what you gave him? You gave him that blessing, Dan?
Yeah, I gave Issa Blessing of the Forge
So-
on her armor. So till the end of our next long rest, she gets +1 to her AC.
All right.
That stacks with the bark skin.
It does, yeah.
Good deal. All right.
So- Let me I just want to say one thing, and this would probably be more towards Dan or anybody else who heard me talking with Marleman. And I'll just throw this out there real quick because I didn't say it. But Issa was able to recount everything that was said in both Elvish and Dwarvish.
Or at least everything you understood from Elvish, because it was kind of a broken dialect. But yep.
That's true. That is true. Subtle. Just wanted to throw that out there.
My stuff's all broken on my end, Dave, and I don't know. I'm just going to leave it go here.
Yeah, if you can.
Everybody's camera's down. I was trying to get it up. It's driving me nuts. Sorry. All right. So let me not echo anymore. Fix that. As you make your way through the forest, you finally get, right about maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon, shortly after lunchtime, you finally arrive close to Sweetwater Grotto, where you are supposed to be meeting up with your group. And it's at this point I would like to introduce you to sort of a tactical map that we might be using. If you're going to want to zoom in, and you're going to see your character avatars there. I have given everybody the ability to move their avatars around. If you would everybody just take a moment and go ahead and do that for me? Make sure you can see your token and move your character.
Negative.
Let me see.
See anything?
Yes. You have to zoom in, guys. I see all of your tokens. You're going to have to zoom in a good bit, and they're going to be at the bottom of the map.
Yeah, you got to scroll down to the bottom of the map to see it.
My roll 20 is broken for some reason.
So is mine.
So I'm gonna have to.
Nice work on the tokens, Clue.
Actually,
Yeah.
my whole
thank you.
roll
I'm gonna have
20
to-
is broken.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop out and then come back in.
Why is it broken? What do you mean?
It's just not loading. It
It's like
says
stuck.
page.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
all right.
stuck.
You guys have
It's,
5. We'll
two.
give it a second.
Yep, give it a reload.
Sketch. Whenever you reload, please remember to mute up. It's tough for me to stay on top of it.
I got you, man. Wait for everybody to get back in here. Technology.
That's all right.
technology.
It's hard. I cannot move my token.
Let me zoom in and double check that.
Thank you.
I see tokens now.
Sorry, I had to move the page for just a minute for everybody, so I could get the audio to kick back up. Where is
all right,
Issa?
yeah, it's working properly now for me.
Oh man, there's Mr. Dynamite himself. I can't move my guy though.
You can't move your guy. All right.
I like it.
Can't just click and drag.
All right.
Now I can
Ben,
move it.
My screen
Now
is
I've got it.
my screen is black.
it should be.
Scroll down. And
Scroll
then
down.
You should see the map at the bottom of your screen. and then
Okay. Yep, there it is. There it is. Maybe I can zoom out. That'll help. Oh, okay. Hey, all right.
Can everybody now move their tokens? Anybody that can't?
I can't even see them in my window because all these people's video feeds are in the way.
Move the video feeds.
Can I do that?
Yep, you can put them at the top or the bottom. It's in your options setting. Feel at the top, scroll down to the bottom, and it'll see player video location, bottom or top.
Also in the settings, you can make them smaller.
Hey,
Settings.
sun's out, guns out.
Yeah. Florida, baby.
Sun's
Settings.
down, guns out, I guess.
All right. So once I go to settings, what do I go to? Video, chat, audio, video.
You're gonna see where it says chat avatars, player, video, avatar, location.
What? I don't see that.
All right, you see where it says the game settings. You're gonna have the bar and it's red, blue, and green. You see those settings there? Right below that, it says deck size. This is halfway down. Like scroll down.
Scroll down on what? I'm on the gear. It says my settings.
Scroll
Bunch of
past all the check marks and get down to the game settings.
Yep. Okay.
You see chat avatars.
What does it say right underneath game settings?
Chat avatars. I'm an idiot. Okay. It says regular, small.
Leave it at. You can make it small, but what you're really looking for is player, video, avatar, location. And if it's in your way at the bottom, just flip them to the top.
Welcome to tonight's session of Teach Mike How to Use Roll20.
It's all right.
Exactly. Top. Okay. So I switched to top.
And there you go. Now scroll down to the bottom, zoom in, and you should see your token.
They actually did move. All of you are still at the bottom.
Oh,
Well, just make them small then.
Regular. Small.
Dolomite just ran off.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay.
I got nature's camouflage.
all right. So, Rue, you should see your character there, Mike. Be able to click on your character and move it around. Can you move Griff, Dave?
Yes, I'm good.
Please don't double up on top of people's tokens. That just confuses people.
What the? I did not move myself there.
I did.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Well,
All right,
I can't move my character.
You can't. All right.
No.
You should be able to. I have it set to Mike and Rue. Click on it again and drag your token around. You know which one's yours. The one I'm clicking on, the white one, the one with the white ring coming from it, that's you.
Now it is. Okay. Yeah. I must have thought it was somebody else. I'm sorry.
All
Yep.
right.
All right. I can move it.
Everybody
How,
can
how
move
does
their
the dwarf?
Oh my goodness.
Who's the guy with the dragon on his shoulder? I like that avatar.
I'm just
My
gonna
bad.
pick whichever
Check
avatar.
people's bios, man.
Clue did
That's
an
all in
amazing
there.
job with these.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
Thank you,
Those
Clue.
look really great.
So, as you guys move forward, and I'm gonna move the group forward here, just all together.
Okay.
Who moved off the page?
Everybody's here.
Nope, we lost them. What the hell happened?
Whoa, who just moved me?
I did. Please let me move you back. Stay right there. Don't move yourselves right now.
I'm not trying to be with that. With
Touch
him.
anything.
No.
Because somebody just moved
You
Ben's
got-
character off the page.
There are two tokens on top of one another right now. I saw. Oh, that's weird. I see two of Ben's tokens right now.
I see two of me
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
This is fun. All right. Well,
Would,
Powers I didn't
Dave,
know I
would you
had.
click on the screen where you see the other Ben token?
it's not letting me ping. I don't think.
Black double might.
I'm trying to. Yeah, that green ring just came up. There it is.
The green ring is me. That's the one I can control. Wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
there. All right. Don't
There
move
you
your
go.
characters for a minute.
I'm not moving.
All right.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
So I am going to move your characters more up to the middle of the screen. As you guys are walking along this path, and I am going to reveal a little bit of what you see as you head off towards the grotto.
Ah. It appears we found our target.
Well, it's about bloody time.
And only a couple side adventures there, huh, Kazan?
Wait, do we still have the horse and cart and all that good
Yes,
stuff?
you have your horse and cart with you. I just didn't want to add that extra layer of complexity to it, of moving a cart around.
Sure.
Do we see anybody? Do I see anybody around?
Not
do we
at
hear
this point. Nope. If you would like, you can make
Christina.
perception rolls.
Yeah, please.
That horse is actually there, just grazing by itself.
I am looking. So I'm making I'm gonna roll my perception check. I want to know if the
Remember,
car, like,
passive.
if I'm seeing any signs of battle, if I'm seeing any signs of anything like that. I guess to finish that sentence.
Anybody else looking around?
Sure,
Yeah.
I will.
Marl's like, yep, it's a fucking wagon.
What are we making a check for?
Perception.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had to reload. But I perception.
Mike got a
Can't turn
9.
your
Mike got a
advantage
9.
off there, Mike.
We're
Alright.
gonna work on that later. I don't
Well, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
don't
to
worry
waste
about
any
it.
more
Oh, okay.
time doing roll
All
20
right.
setup.
Sorry, guys.
You're right.
So you guys are looking around. Griff, to answer your question specifically, you don't see anything. The wagon looks exactly as promised. Unfortunately, the picture's not entirely accurate. Those barrels and shit aren't here. It's just an empty wagon with a busted axle and a broken wheel. Like it's almost beyond repair, which is you can now see why they called you guys to bring another wagon out. It is weird that the horse is grazing by itself. Kazan, and Issa, as you guys are looking around, you almost both stumble into each other, and as you go to bend and pick up the same item that's grabbed your attention, it's a busted piece of chainmail. It's clearly been cut off a piece of armor or ripped off a piece of armor. You can see the busted links.
I let Kazan take it. Or Kazan, I'm sorry. I'll get it eventually.
This is a most unusual.
What do you have there?
Does not appear to have been made by dwarven hands, therefore, it's not unexpected that it would have broken in such a way.
Well, is there blood on it?
Sketch.
You can't notice any blood on it. You can just notice that it's been, like I said, it's clearly been ripped off. The links are broken and pulled.
With my knowledge of smithing, could I tell whether this was, or how this was done? What, like through combat or some other means?
You have a check for that you can do for me?
Investigation, probably.
Go for it. Yeah. It was either damaged or caught on something. Anything from a sword ripping through, catching it on a door, or an edge of a wagon cutting it off.
I am not sure how this was done, but I stand by my original statement. If this were made by dwarven hands, it would most likely not have been ripped in such a way.
Okay. Issa, actually, is probably going to go try to gather up the horse. Look at a carrot or something from the that we would feed the mule.
Yeah.
And come here, boy. Come here.
Oh, it is a sturdy wagon horse.
Okay.
Something a cross between a Clydesdale and just a workhorse. It's just a big, sturdy workhorse.
Okay.
Looking at
Still
the
have
Is that is that a second path leading off towards the right?
It is. From what you've been described from Ed, Kenny, that would be the path that actually leads to the grotto that is popular for people to camp around. It's a small pool, fresh water. The other path, the stone there, is the main road heading deeper into the forest.
What do you think of the odds these guys went down the path here to the spring?
And left their horse? Not good.
Does the horse still have tack on it? Like the bridle or?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the leather, the saddle,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, can we do some investigation rolls to see what happened to the wagon and the contents?
If you've got investigation, by all means.
Anybody? So in 5e sketch, anybody can make the checks. It's going to be your call whether or not they're going to get anything useful out of it. But
Yep. All right. So, Marl, as you start picking around, Mike, you're freaking ruse oblivious right now. Like, yeah, he's a wagon, and that's a horse. That looks like a path, but I'm not sure. It might just be dirt.
So we're going with my lowest roll here.
Yeah, well, the
No,
first
you're going with
The
the
first
first
roll.
number.
the first number.
I will continue to work with you on this in DMs so we can keep it moving.
Yeah.
But back to Marl. So as you're looking around and piecing everything together, Kate, Kazan, and Issa, have you made the group aware of the chainmail?
Yeah, I mean, I've not been quiet about it.
All right. The chainmail that's been broken, you go over to the horse and you look at, and while it does have its tack on it, you notice that the ends have been chewed away, most likely by the horse itself. It was left tethered to the wagon. You start looking around, you start putting things together and everything, and you're pretty sure there might have been a fight here.
But we don't
That, or
see-
they
we
were
don't see
dicks
any
to their
blood.
horse, and freaking, it's not a fight. They ran away from here.
Is that what I discover, or what Kazan and Issa discover?
That's what you discover, Marl.
I think gotcha.
Hey, you got the advantage.
Hey, everybody! There's definitely been a fight here. I'd keep your alert on.
Issa will kind of, at hearing that, she'll kind of just do a quick glance around, particularly like down the path of towards the grotto, but just like off in the bushes and stuff.
We should gather up the horse and then head down to the grotto.
I have the horse. Horse is.
You
He
can now
seems
move.
like he's okay.
You move 6 squares around. If you're running, you move 12 squares. Or if you're double moving, you can move 12 squares. So move yourself cells where you want to go. And then Issa, so you're guiding the horse. I am going to do.
I'm sorry, I missed what's going on. Sorry, I missed what's going on. Could you give me the TLDR? Where are they headed? Where are you guys each headed?
I'm heading down the path towards the grotto. We've got the horse. The cart seems to be useless because it's empty and busted. So I think we should head to the grotto.
Do we have any idea where these people may have run off to?
If they manage to make a camp, the grotto seems like the most likely place.
I agree.
Are we here to get the contents of the cart? Are we trying to?
The cart's empty.
I'd say probably grotto then.
Issa, you can now control the horse and drag it along.
Kazan,
Okay.
where are you going?
I'm looking down the bend see that I can spy.
Alright, don't go too far. We might need you if things get dicey.
Aye.
The one thing that Issa will also do, because I imagine the cart with the mule is around here somewhere as well, like probably close to the cart, to the downed cart.
No,
if
this
there-
horse was the horse that was tied to the wagon.
Right, I'm talking about the replacement.
Oh yeah,
Cart
you
that we
guys have
have
it
that has-
nearby. Yeah.
Right. So the thing is I will do a quick look at this downed cart and gauge whether or not the wheels on the cart could still be salvaged.
The back wheels
If
could.
they can, and what Issa would like to do is actually try to pull a couple of the wheels off and just keep them as spares for the current wagon.
We brought stuff with us in the wagon to repair this wagon.
No, you
The
did not.
second wa- Yes, we
This
did.
is a replacement.
This is a replacement.
No, we
wagon.
just brought
No,
this
we-
here to give it to them and then
The
leave.
wagon's
No,
junk.
I seem to remember that you said when we originally took the mission from Ed Kenny that the wagon was loaded with like an axle and perhaps a wheel to replace or to fix this wagon that we were
Sure.
coming out to.
Fair enough. If I said that, I said it in error, and it's really irrelevant. The wagon here is irreparable.
Okay.
So
Or
all that would
irrelevant,
give you
yeah.
is an extra axle and wheel for your wagon.
Well, I see nothing down this way. I suppose we should we should go check the grotto.
All right, so you guys move a little bit towards the grotto. It opens up a bit more for you. You got to keep walking in. All right.
I can't click on the horse. We'll just say it's with me.
Oh. There you go, Issa. Sorry about that.
There we go. Thank you.
All right. So, all right, I see where you guys are going. Give me just a second to open some stuff up for you. All right. So Marl, and Griff, please make perception checks. Go ahead as well, Errol.
Nice.
Good roll. Good roll. Nice.
Nice.
Errol, you could notice some broken branches and undergrowth that's been snapped and broken. Marl, where you're at right now, it's clear there was a fight here. You see blood. There was a campsite here. It's pretty well torn apart. It's ripped, bedrolls are tossed. I'll actually open this up here too, just so you guys can see the grotto area.
Guys, we got more blood here. This could be a trap.
Where do I see the snapped branches? Like off
Right
in the
about where
woods?
you're standing.
Oh, okay. I agree. People have passed through here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Maybe
And
another investigate?
just for map purposes, the big trees completely block line of sight. The map, like where you're at, Errol, right now, is still forest. It's just a little less dense. It's still, people can still hide behind the trees and still get cover. But for the most part, you can shoot arrows through it and whatnot,
All right.
Yeah, do an investigate around the site of all the blood and carnage, see what I can find out.
Do it up.
While he's doing that, do I hear anything? Does it sound like there are any types of creatures or anybody nearby?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Marleman, yeah, they were definitely jacked, man.
That ain't
Somebody
great.
came in here and there was a fight. It does not look like it went well. People were definitely hurt, bleeding, perhaps killed.
No bodies?
No bodies in the immediate area, no. There's just remains of a campsite. Anything that looks valueless, kind of like textiles, man. Blankets, bedrolls, all that shit was left behind. You don't see any boxes. You don't see any bags. You don't see any gear.
Looks like bandits to me. Could be wrong, but
Well,
they
bandits
seem
would have left
to,
bodies.
The valuable. Well, good point, but I don't see any valuables around here either. So whoever
Unless they
it
were
is,
captured for ransom or something.
Sketch, do we know, like, how long has it been since they went missing? Do we know?
The blood's dried on the ground, and they've been missing at least 3 or 4 days at this point.
So not long enough for them to have been dumped and for animals to have eaten them all.
But far too long for them to be alive.
There's no smell, is there? Like of rotting bodies or anything like
No.
that? Okay.
Hey guys, should we?
do something? Yes, I think we should.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we're at the end of the path of the grotto. Do we start pulling out? Do we follow on the path? Regular stone path, anyway.
Does the blood lead in a trail in any direction, or is it just blood on the ground?
Who's tracking it?
I'll track it.
This is
There it is.
Issa's actually staying right kind of where she is. She's petting the horse kind of nervously. She looks a little scared. She's kind of just looking around warily.
And that was survival. We let you roll last time.
I believe so, yes.
That would be That would likely be survival, absolutely. Or
Make your roll.
might have been nature, but. Oh!
Oh no!
Hey!
Oh.
Womp womp.
Arrow can't find dick.
All right.
Can't even find his own.
Well, then I guess we ought to.
Anybody else want to try and see if they can?
I've already been investigated, so investigating.
Mike, Sketch,
Damn,
my
I'm killing
character
it.
is not a tracker of any kind. I mean, I'm certainly now looking to see if I notice any blood trails heading off in a particular direction. Would you like me to make a check for that? Would you like to perception
Well,
or
I
anything
think
at
it's
all? Or?
unnecessary.
Okay.
So does my character recognize this cave at all?
No, you've never been out through the Great Woods here before. You're more of a townie.
Okay.
You never travel far from the tavern.
Don't I? All right. I may have put character points into the wrong things.
Don't you dwarf-splain him.
What? So.
All right. So, Marl, as you're walking around doing your investigation, you decide to look for tracks and footprints. You can see obvious drag marks in blood going through the woods in that direction.
Guys, come around me. I got tracks.
All right. Well.
I see what you're saying.
So, Rue, you coming forward?
Can I tell if these caves are like famous for anything? Like, are these well-known local spot?
Yeah,
What
it is.
caves?
They're not caves. Well, no, there's a little like shallow cave back in there, but they're not really caves. But yeah, I mean, the from what you've already heard and just picking up on what you've heard in the local areas, Sweetwater Grotto here is what it's called, and it is a pretty popular spot for people to pull over and take a break and as they come out here to harvest the sun apples. Like this
That's
is
it,
not
the only thing this
location.
spot is famous for is
Yep.
harvesting sun apples, nothing else.
Yep, it is. It is like a very popular roadside waste. You know what I mean? Everybody pulls over here, gets some water, hangs out at the grotto. It's pretty. A little bit of a water.
It's a truck stop.
Yeah, it's a nature-based truck stop.
So you move forward?
That tree just to the left of the group here, is that perhaps a sun apple tree? Is perhaps
It is
sun
not.
apple-
You're not deep enough in the woods yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
I was gonna ask. I was like, oh look, I want to grab a sun apple.
So are you moving forward? You coming up with the group? So did you hear me? You coming up with the group?
To who?
Who you?
Issa.
If you want me to.
I mean, what would Issa do? You know, I put the alert.
That was in. He was being in character. I will speak for Clue. That was an in character response, Ben.
Yeah.
Issa, there's.
Issa, get close to the group in case we get attacked.
Oh, that spurs her on. Yeah, she bulls the pony.
Did she leave the horse there?
Right about where you're at, Issa, the horse stops and does not want to be led any further. It's bucking, snorting.
Ooh, the horse is not happy. I'm looking around for a predator.
Does the grotto look off at all? Is there anything in the water?
Go ahead and make perception checks.
Issa, the horse was fine down there by the path, grazing. Let her be and go back to grazing.
Hey, for the win.
I mean, Griff and maybe.
Griff, well, everybody else, you see the horse bucking and everything, and you just decide to just take a poke around. You're like, look, you just stop and just look around, and you don't see anything. And then you look down on the ground, and you see the trail they're talking about the drag marks and whatnot, and you're the first one to see it. There's fresh blood, not the dried blood in the path. This is fresh.
Hey, this blood's fresh. Whatever happened here, It's close.
You don't say.
All right, well, Marlon would be expecting
knock an
combat.
arrow.
Marlon would be limbering up at this point.
So what are you guys doing?
I knock an arrow.
Don't. We're not in combat yet, so feel free to move your tokens around. Tell me where you're going.
Let's go. This is
On the trail.
let's get in. Let's keep moving, guys. If we're doing something about this, let's move. Whole lot of standing around doing nothing.
I'm gonna put the horse back where the cart is, so it doesn't run off. I'll be right back. So Issa will go back to the wreckage of the cart, right, with the horse, and then just gently lash the horse to the to some of the wood or a spoke.
The wreckage.
All right. I will put it up a
And then
little bit more.
And she's on her way back.
Keep moving. Which way you guys going?
Who's taking point right now, guys?
I'll go.
Somebody
Our
take
tank
point.
is way back in
Marlon's
the
feeling
back,
fired
so-
up. Marlon's ready.
This is as much in character as it is out. Somebody take lead and get moving.
All right, stop. At that point in time, I would like a second. I would like the first two up there, Rue and Marleman, to make perception checks.
Passive or active?
Active. You guys are
You don't
looking
really
for
roll
shit.
passive.
Yeah, the whole point of passive is that you don't know what it is.
Right.
Marleman, right as you took that last step to put you on that square, that's when you hear, I don't know that you've ever heard it before, but the best way to describe it would be like yapping.
Do we hear this?
No, Marl's the only one who's hearing it right now.
Marlon would throw a hand up, like to gesture to the group, like maybe you can't see me, but like a fist in the air kind of thing.
Yep. Everybody
little
recognizes
signal.
that sound, that motion, and at that point, anybody who had not made a check, please do.
Say again?
And go ahead and make your perception check, Griff.
Okay.
Kazan. Issa, you come up to the group at this point, so put yourself wherever you want by the group. Kazan and Errol, you guys also hear the yipping. Snarling.
Is it anything that I recognize?
Gnashing. No.
Can you ping where it seems like it's coming from?
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. I'm gonna
hold guidance.
I would be motioning forward to the group, like a fan out kind of thing, like get amped.
Are you trying to maneuver till you can see?
Yeah, just slowly progressing forward, very carefully, cautiously.
Move forward one more block. All right. At that point, if anybody moves forward anymore, they'll need to make a stealth check.
What can we see from here?
Actually, make another perception check for me. To kind of like look through the woods, right? Because that's what's holding you back. At the
I'm
moment.
walking up to tap on Marleman's shoulder. You want me to scout ahead?
Let's see if we can see. I can see anything right now.
Hold on a second. There we go.
Huh.
Through the brush, you could just barely make out two lizard dog-looking creatures. They're chattering amongst themselves. There may be more. Brush might be hiding them.
I am going to ready my. readying my bow and my arrows. And I'm looking at the rest of the team here. How do we want to do this?
I'm gonna say, try to get people's attention.
You guys are with him, so you all hear Errol.
Well, I'm gonna motion. I'm gonna motion with my bow. I'm gonna motion with my bow. I'll take the right one. You take the left one.
To me, this was.
Yep.
Very well.
Yeah.
So I nod, and I've got my bow ready.
I left my crossbow in the cart.
All right.
Bow too.
On
I guess
three.
I'll join that readying action.
All right.
What are they doing?
Hold on. This was Errol. Was this you communicating to me, or was this something for everybody?
Y'all see him.
I pointed at you because you got your bow out.
Okay.
That the two of us would each take a good shot at, one or.
Okay.
All right.
So
roll it
if
up.
anyone else has a way to attack, then get ready.
Oh, we're ambushing. Hey, Sketch, what are these guys doing again?
Jabbering amongst themselves. You can't really see. There's a lot of brush going on. They're small, not more than 4 feet tall.
All right.
Errol and
All right,
Griff,
so
make your shots, please.
All right.
Wait, just so I understand, are these dogs or are these like lizard creatures that are talking to each other?
Dave's starting strong.
Like little lizard men that sound like yappy dogs.
Small lizards.
Did you tell me to take my attack?
Yes, he did.
Errol.
I mean,
all right, Errol.
Is there any? Do I see any reason why we should attack them? Is the blood leading directly to them?
Yes,
the
but
path was.
Errol and Griff have kind of made their decision already and have done this.
All right,
we're getting very caught up in.
I'm trying to get information whether I should to make my decision.
I'm not going to attack.
Boom, Errol, you drop your arrow into that one and put it to the ground. Griff, you draw back on your bow. You go to shoot, and the arrow just fucking you let go early, and it just flies sideways and drops to the ground at your feet. You never even make the shot. However, at this point,
at least Sketch didn't make it hit one of us for being a crit fail.
So how does the non-small lizard man react?
Guess we're rolling for initiative now.
Everybody roll for initiative.
Nobody wants to let the DM say stuff, man. I'm looking for. There it is.
See if Sketch will let me have use guidance on initiative. I could have had a much better roll.
We missing anybody? All right, go ahead. Issa and Marl, you guys act together.
Actually, Sketch, if I can interject, and of course, obviously this is your call, but in a tie like that, the person with the highest initiative bonus would go first.
Go ahead, Marl.
Move speed's 30, right? So it's 5.
Yep. 6 squares.
Yeah. All right.
Unless you're a dwarf, it's only 25.
Say it's about fucking time. Start limbering up. He's gonna come in there with a.
Do it to it. Kick it in his face.
With your afro, that is.
That hits. Roll for damage. Right on. You kick it in his face, and it drops down to the ground, but it ain't dead.
I got a bonus action left, so coming in with a right hook.
Hit again. That puts him into the dirt.
Boom.
So, Issa, you're next.
Can I wait till the end of the...
Is that an appropriate rule? You can hold your turn, right? No problem with that. You're just...
Yeah,
you would just now...
Yeah, you can.
You would just...
you can hold your turn.
Does it still drop her in the initiative then? Like that would be her new initiative?
It drops her to after every other person acts, including the enemies.
All right.
So she draws a twin scimitars, and she looks like she's getting ready to like charge in there, but you can see she's like she's hesitating.
All right, then you hold your turn. I believe next is Errol.
Then I will slide over to here and take a shot at this.
Boom, boom. Again, this one, well, no, actually, that's just enough. Another one bites the dust. That is going to bring us to Griff.
Yep. I am just going to take a few steps over to here, and I'm going to fire my... Actually, stand by. Ah, dang it. That stinks. Okay, regardless, I suppose I could do this from right where I'm at. Obviously the person or creature whose blood we followed here, they are prone, yes? So my view of the creature is not obstructed by in any way? All right, wonderful.
But through the combat, you managed to make glimpses of a body lying in the ground at the guy's feet.
All right. Anywho, no need for me to move. I'm going to stand in place. I'm going to draw my bow, and I'm going to make an attack.
All right.
Much better. Much better.
Easy hit. Make a damage roll.
I'll take
Not
it.
quite enough to put this guy down, but he's howling because fucking arrow in his shoulder. And that would bring us to Kazan.
Actually, Rue goes before me.
Oh yeah, sorry, Rue. My bad, I missed that.
I thought Rue rolled a 1. Rue rolled a natural 1.
Natural ones don't matter for initiative roll.
And he has the better
Fair
bonus.
enough. We can discuss that later. Fair enough.
Go, Rue. What are you doing?
Well, I was trying to read quick. I have a spell called Thunder Wave, but it's not in my manual here. So I'm a little confused. But
hold on a second. I'll get you Thunder Wave.
I mean, you could always do something else.
Although I wouldn't.
I guess.
He's close to death. I wouldn't waste a whole spell.
No. I'm saying I'm skipping that. I'm just going to hit him with my spear.
In there.
So you'll need to move your token.
Unless you're throwing it. Are you going to jab him or you're throwing it?
How many can I move?
6 squares.
2, 3, 5. All right, so 5. Do I still have enough to attack? Or is 6 and then I can attack?
Yes.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can get right to where that corpse is. You can stand right here.
6. That's what I thought. Okay. And then I'll hit him with my spear.
Do it up.
All right. Two-handed. Can I do two?
Yes.
I have to do the one-handed spear.
No, you can do one either or.
Okay.
And you hit. Roll for damage.
Okay.
Feel it, right?
Nope, just click on the spear two-handed right below the number.
Yeah, so...
The attack one?
Yep. So in the
word
chat,
spear.
Actually click on the word spear two-handed in the chat.
Where it popped up in chat.
That's what I did.
In the chat log.
In the chat log.
Where it popped up. The little box that popped up.
Chat log. I'm sorry. Okay. Yep.
There you go.
All right.
Damage.
And that's enough to drop him down to the ground.
All right.
Movie.
Sorry, guys. Bear with me.
You're all right.
I'm doing my best.
We'll get there.
All right. So much like the cockatrice, I am yet again the deciding final blow.
Oh,
No big deal.
I got 2.
So, with combat seemingly over, I am going to approach the body, and I want to look at it. I want to see, is this creature alive?
He's clearly dead. As a matter of fact, as you get in and investigate, it looks like they've been eating on him.
Oh. Grizzly. And I start patting him down. Relax, Kaz, and I'm not looking for anything. I just want to see if this person has anything on that could tell us maybe who they were. If maybe this is the person who owned. Maybe this is the person we were sent out here to help. And I'm
so
looking for.
In this little area, you find various remnants. Nothing overtly valuable, food and supplies than anything. Tossed aside in some sacks. It seems these creatures were much more interested in eating this body than the goods that were with them. About 5 coins, nothing big. And then patting down the body, you do come across a charter. It is an official Sun Apple charter. It allows for a full wagon of apples to be harvested in the Sunnydale Orchard.
All right, can you say that again? We got a sub notification.
Yeah, no worries. So on the body there, you find a charter. It's a Sun Apple Harvest Charter. It allows you to harvest it allows the bearer of the charter to harvest a full wagon of sun apples.
Gotcha. This looks like our
in
guy.
the Sunnydale Orchard. Yep.
I hold up the charter to the group and say, "Looks like this is the guy we were sent here to bring the carriage to."
It looks like this is Fred.
Yeah.
Issa's standing, kind of looking over the scene. She has her weapons kind of limply held in her hands, and she's just flush white, like she's just pale. She's staring at this.
So Marlon would say something to Issa at this point, be like, "Issa, what happened? You hesitated there. Like, we needed you, and you paused. What's going on?"
She slowly shakes her head, and she doesn't say anything. She looks over at Marleman, and she just has this look of shock on her face.
I will say. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I would say the small boy was very brave. And if there's anybody you should trust, it's me. Because I have dealt the final blow to every foe we've... And I have ultimate faith in the small boy. That her bravery, his bravery, who knows, will show through in the end.
Yes. Your courage and prowess are duly noted, Rue. Told you guys we wouldn't hear the end of it.
I was singing the praises of our small boy companion's bravery, because he is quite brave.
Enough about the elf. We must adequately record this scene, for these wicked creatures of chaos have murdered this man, and it appears as justice may have been met here fully, but we must scour the area to see if there are more of these heinous beings.
We also need to consider bringing this body to the carriage, because it's looking like our next move is going to be bringing Fred here to his.
So I want to pause real
quick.
quick
With that.
To ask a question, a rules question of myself, so that we can agree upon it.
Mm-hmm.
What skill is the best skill to use to identify monsters?
To identify?
Identify would be depending on their type of. So if they're magical creatures, it would be Arcana, and if they're non-magical creatures, it would be history, most likely.
Yeah. History.
So this was asked
survival for if it's like bears and stuff like that, right?
I'll roll with that.
This was asked in a Reddit thread, and someone said local monsters of legend might be history, beasts or animals or common humanoids might be nature, religion would be things like undead or fiends or celestials,
sure.
And Arcana would be arcanic.
So whatever makes sense then. And in this case, I'm going to go with that this would be nature for just common humanoid things of that. So whoever has nature and wants to make a check to identify what these things were, please do. Oh, Dave.
You guys suck.
Dave got the winning roll there. You
As
recognize it. You've heard of these. They're kobolds. You know what they are as well, Rue.
As I suspected.
Hell yeah.
You've heard of these before. Goblinoid type creatures. Lesser goblinoids. Not uncommon here in the woods.
Kobolds. The gutter trash of the evil world. Yeah.
And now, if everybody would, please roll a perception check for me.
I'll be honest, they're the worst guests if you're singing Bill Withers.
You're welcome, party.
Dave.
Perception?
Yeah.
Perception check?
Yep.
Natural 20, come on.
Now, Dave, you swear you hear somebody scream down the woods.
Yeah.
In this direction, somewhere back in the woods this way.
I am not seeing what you're marking.
I will just, it's in this, coming from this direction. South of you.
South of me, thanks, because I don't see whatever it is you're doing. Oh, okay.
Far away.
Great.
Far away.
I hear
Like
somebody
it's
else. I hear
farther
screams
back down towards
and
the road.
I hear screams, and where there are kobolds, there are usually more kobolds. So we need to move quick. Let's move. It sounds like it's coming from over there, and I point them in the direction I hear it.
I'll be honest, my skinny friend is usually right. I've seen these creatures before. They very rarely.
Please feel free to move your character in large chunks here.
Yes. Here we go.
You clearly hear it as you're moving, Dave. You hear it coming from the other side of the grotto trail. Down this way.
Great.
Do you see me pinging?
Nope.
Why do you not see me on the map? Oh, wait, am I in the wrong thing? Hold on. That's because I'm in the wrong thing. How about now?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go, guys. Move your asses.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hit something.
All
You hear
these,
it from coming
all
from
these
down through
muscles,
here,
and
Dave.
everybody wants to play scared.
Now it's coming from beyond what you could see. So, let me
Like it's
reveal some
moving?
areas.
Yeah. Don't you gotta reveal a little bit?
Can we move through those trees, the big trees, or no?
It's slower. All right, everybody stop.
Yep, I'm looking for my...
3 in the front, please make perception checks.
Sorry, I was
Ooh.
4 in
readjusting
the
my
front.
map.
Ooh.
Ooh.
right.
Hold on. I'm doing it. Perception.
All right. Morrow, here in this area. Do you guys see me blinking in the clear spot?
Yeah.
All right. That's where you hear the yipping mixed in with like, please, no, it's enough. Just let me die. Kill me if you're gonna kill me.
And I don't hear this.
No.
Okay.
Mar would be shouting something like instead of hesitation like before, it'd be more of like a let's go, like saying it loud to where everybody would know this isn't time for stealth.
Yeah.
I don't hear this.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second. Then.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you just say?
Let's go. It's go time.
Yep.
Like, be shouting loud.
And thank you. And I'm right behind you.
All right, stop. Dan, would you move your character back for me? Everybody move their characters back to the tree line.
Okay.
One more, Rue. Thank you. All right. Give me just 1 second. Why am I not selecting these? There we go. Initiative.
All right. Dang.
All right, Errol.
Well, I didn't get a chance to really move in before everything stopped, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move up to there and take a shot at the one closest to me.
Ping the one you want to shoot. I want everybody to get used to it.
I still don't know how to
What are you
ping.
supposed to do to ping?
Click on it and hold the mouse in. There you go.
Ah,
Well,
So I got
quick
you.
shot. I don't know how the hell that happened with 2.
Don't worry.
But yeah, it was just the
22 and
first one, I
10.
guess.
Wow. You don't only kill this one, like you pin it to the motherfucking ground, man. Arrow sunk deep into its chest. The fletchings are only sticking up right through its skull. Headshot.
Who did
Goddamn
this?
right.
Marleman?
Yeah, Errol there. Yeah.
Oh, Errol did.
Yeah. All right, so
Shock and awe,
Mar-
motherfucker.
Marleman, you're next.
Wait, why am I not next? I don't understand.
you rolled a 12.
You got a 21 for your.
Yeah, I got 21.
Mike, you rolled a
Initiative
12.
is the
It's going to
highest.
be a
You
little
roll
bit
a
for you.
12.
Errol, then Mar.
Then Kazin,
Nice.
then
Nice hit.
Jesus.
That's a right hook to the face.
All right, and now it's going to be Kazin, because
More
I'm
like a right hook through the face.
I'm going to move forward 1 out of the tree line and curse the kobolds. Die, you hellish fiends! And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on this guy right here.
all right.
So Sacred Flame is not a roll; it's a DC check. So you have to roll a DC and attempt to beat a 12.
A 12.
A dexterity save check.
Thank you.
And should you fail, he does 8
He
points.
doesn't. He fails, and he just takes 8 points.
Yeah, 8 points of radiant damage.
All right, that motherfucker just burns to a crisp. From holy flames.
I see Kazin, cast this spell and just scorch this kobold, and I kind of look at him like, that's how that's supposed to work.
All right, if I'm not mistaken, now Rue, it's your turn.
Oh, just the one in the back left?
Yep.
Okay.
I swear if he gets this last hit again.
These are kobolds; they don't count.
Oh, they count, sir. Just like that last. Okay, let's see.
The
I
closer.
can. So each one of these squares is how many feet?
5.
5.
And how many can I move?
30.
You can move. Yeah, humans can move 30. So 6 squares.
2, 3. All right, and then I can attack.
All right. That is a hit. Click on the thing for damage again.
Oh, that hits. Sorry, you guys cut out.
Yep, sorry. Doesn't quite kill him. He's hurt, but it doesn't quite kill him. It is
I
now
weakened it.
It is now his turn. He takes a swing at you and smacks you with his little version of a spear.
Okay.
You take 3 points of damage.
I take 3 points of damage.
Yep, and give me just a second.
Make your saving throw versus poison or die.
Like change your.
Another creature appears out of the woods at this tree line. And I'll just give you a little bit more sight here so you can see this.
Ooh.
And rushes its way towards you. He swings at you.
Okay.
He
What do I have to
completely
do?
whiffs, however.
I have like a 13 armor class. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I know what your AC is. He missed you. That guy, a kobold comes running up to you. Takes a swing at you.
Still Rue?
Yeah.
Marleman,
Oh.
you get hit. And you take 5 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Must have rolled hit huge. mark on our sheets when we take
and-
damage, or are you tracking that? Like, how does that work?
Track your
Question.
own damage.
You'll have to track
Question
your
real
own
Yes.
quick.
Yeah.
Rue's character, there was a dude that was standing there. Is he standing on top of that dude?
It's dead.
Oh, the dude's dead. Gotcha.
Yep.
Very
We did not
undude like
get
of
there in
him.
time. Yeah, it's very undude.
Very undude. I'm calmer than you are.
And this last
many
one
you
is
are?
coming up to you, Marlman, and he whiffs. So the last two completely whiff on Marl and Rue.
All right,
That brings
so-
us back to.
Wait. Somebody told me I needed to make a poison saving throw or die?
I'm fucking with
no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
Don't mess
That
with
was
the newbies,
messing.
Clue.
Dave and Issa, you guys both go on the same turn. I'd say go. What are you guys doing?
Say what was
Moving.
it? You cut out for a second. Am I? Who's going?
You guys are going at the same time. There's no tiebreak. Just go. What's Griff and Issa doing?
All right. Well, for
Griff and Issa.
purposes of
Griff,
turn
go
taking,
first.
all right.
You're
Thank you.
Alphabetically.
You
All right,
can do it,
So
Issa!
I am going to seeing Marleman take that hit. I am going to actually I don't know.
Yeah,
that I-
Marleman's got a spear sticking in him right now.
I'm gonna take a step forward, and this was the one that hit him, right? Was that
The
guy
one directly in front of him, yes.
Yeah. All right. I am gonna take a shot at him with my short bow. Mother, father.
Whiff. Arrow goes zinging over your head, Marleman. And then Issa.
I moved.
All right. Is that all you're doing?
Well, I'm not. I came out within melee range, so I can't do anything else but
All right.
sit here.
Were you able to charge?
could've-
Did you want to charge?
You could have moved one more. Like, I counted it out before. You could have got, like, diagonal, like, northwest of the closest one.
Could I? Where was that?
This square here.
Right here?
If arrow counted, I believe this count. You can move forward one more.
Okay. So the first thing that happens with her is she sees it. So she sees these creatures. She kind of gets that a little bit of that hesitation, like you can see her like as she's running up. She's like trying to gird herself. She's obviously very nervous. But as soon as they start stabbing people and she starts seeing Rue and folks getting actually hurt, like something clicks in her brain and she just that everything just zooms in and she just fucking goes after this first guy here.
Make your attack.
Now I'm using 2-weapon fighting style.
All right.
Does that
Forrest Griffin.
what is say?
She's Forrest Griffin, the UFC fighter. The second he started to bleed, he lost his fucking mind to beat the shit out of everybody. He was a bad fighter until you cut him and he bled. And then the second he bled, he lost his marbles and hurt everyone in front of him. It was brutal.
Yeah, except she's not hurt, but she sees other people being hurt, like her friends,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
she's
Fuck yeah. Get it.
Yeah, that looks like
was
a complete
shitty.
whiff. Yeah. You were not very impressive.
No, now is that single? Is that
I don't. How does 2-weapon
One.
fighting work, Dan? Please inform us as quick as possible.
You can swing with bonus action. You can swing with your offhand weapon, but you don't get your strength mod, or you don't get your attack modifier. So it's
But go ahead.
it's an unaided strike, basically.
So make a roll. Just roll a 20-sided die.
A natural attack roll.
But I have the fighting style 2-weapon, which allows me to
Okay.
use my
Okay,
Oh.
then yes, you do.
ability.
In that case,
You get two
yes, you do
attacks.
get your ability.
All right. Roll it up.
There you go.
Let me
And you
double
don't.
check.
And for your offhand, you don't add your. Let's see. You add your ability modifier to the damage. No, okay, so you don't get the. You don't get the attack damage, but you get the. You don't get the attack bonus, but you get the damage.
So
bonus.
it's a natural attack roll.
It's a natural attack
Oh.
roll
So you get a 7.
with.
So that was probably a miss then.
Yes, that was a miss.
Is there a way to roll the dice? I guess what I would do is add another scimitar without the attack bonus, and then
Yep.
just use that as my
Yeah.
offhand.
There
Or
you
you
go.
can hover over the die roller in the top left and just roll a natural d20 if you want as well.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Well, because you add your ability modifier, just not your proficiency. It looks like.
You add your
she's
ability
proficient.
modifier to the damage. Is what it
You
says.
can, yeah, so you use you do get your proficiency
my bad.
modifier. You do not get your ability modifier.
All right.
And it's to damage, not attack. Gotcha.
Yep. Go ahead, Errol. We're back around to the top.
All right.
What are you doing? Moving?
Moved in.
I feel like Issa is
And I'm
basically
gonna
Moomin Rider.
Take a shot at this. The
right.
second one. The second one.
Yep.
I don't
Right
know why
on.
it keeps showing like two d8s, but yeah, the actual
Yeah,
numbers in the chat log are right.
So that one in front of you, Marleman, takes an arrow to its head. As it falls down, it jerks the spear out of you.
Nice.
And that'll bring us back to your turn.
In case I get a chance with my other action, a little bit. You have that power?
Where did he? There he is.
Yeah, that's the case. I kill this one. I'm gonna go for this one first. That way, if I kill him, I'll get a second hit against this other guy.
Make a strike.
All right, going for the left jab.
Whiff.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a hit.
Combat kick.
And he is hurt, but still up. A little bit dazed from that kick to the head. And we are back around to Kazan. Kazan.
Kazan.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Kazan.
1, 2,
Kazan.
Where I'm from,
4, 5. I'm gonna move there,
All right.
and I'm going to cast. Hold on a second here. I'm going to cast Word of Radiance. This is another DC save. It's a con save sketch. So this hits every creature that's within 5 feet of me, of my choosing. So it's going to hit this guy and this guy. So those two need to make con saves against a DC 12.
And if they say they take nothing,
Yeah, if they save, they take nothing. If they don't save, they take 3.
they don't seem to be impressed by your god. No, nothing happens to them. They save.
Okay.
This is
And that'll
a test roll.
a casserole.
Test roll.
Oh, all right. Rue,
Yep.
You just wasted your good roll there,
do it up.
Clue.
Yeah.
What do I have to do?
It's your turn.
Okay. So, on Thunderwave, it said, he hit each creature within a 15-foot needing when you whatever. They must make a Constitution. Does that mean
That's going to be everybody. When it says each creature, it means everybody that's within.
Yes.
Sorry.
Unless you can demonstrate some sort of aim that would include only the enemies.
There are some area effect spells that are similar to like the one that I just cast, where you can choose the targets.
Yeah, mine doesn't say that. It just says.
Yeah, yours is going to hit everybody.
Each creature in a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, that's gonna hit
It'll
your buddies
affect your
too.
friends.
If you get to choose where the cube starts, could you
It
link the
started
thing
on
in
self.
It started on
No,
top.
target
I
self.
do. No, I do. No, it's not.
It's on. I had the spell pulled up.
It's
Please. It's
yeah,
on
it's
self.
the target. It's
Self
50-foot cube
50
around you.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Sorry. Okay, so where am I? Okay, there I am. 15 feet is 3 spaces away from me?
Yep.
Yes.
So you'll
It's
hit
3 spaces away from
Marleman.
you in every direction.
You'll hit
I hit-
Kazan.
Marleman and Kazan. Unless they
You'll-
make saving throws.
You'll also hit
Yeah.
Issa.
Pizza.
Yeah. Normally, I prefer not to do any table talk here, but as a general rule of thumb, you do not want to start hurling spells at your friends, Mike. If you're going to hit your friends, it's a better idea just to punch something.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is up to me.
Fair enough.
He is a drunken bard.
That is very true. I am a drunk musician.
And he tried to butter us up earlier today, so.
So has anybody around me? I'm here. Okay, so I can't hit the guy outside a shaft. These three fools. I don't want to move. These three fools. Are any of them hurt?
No, the 3 guys around you. No, nobody's hurt.
All right. So can I attack diagonally?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna attack that guy with my 2-handed spear.
All right.
So how do you know if you have a bonus action?
It would be part of your class features. As a bard, you're not going to have a bonus attack action at level 1.
Okay.
Stab him with your spear, man.
Am I the only one who's hurt?
No, the guy next to you is hurt too.
Marlamend is also hurt.
Rue, you're in too deep. Should be out there playing some songs.
Nope. I ain't no bitch. All right. So Marleman is also hurt. And which one's Marleman? Can somebody ping it?
Yeah, the guy right next to you.
Shaft?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The great Dolomite.
How hurt is Marleman?
Much worse than you.
Yeah, remember, it's not gonna be like, oh, this person's at 4 hit points. Like, you're not going to know that much.
Yeah, but I can see how badly he's injured.
You also have 3
bleeding
guys in
from
front of
his
you stabbing
throat.
spears at you. Make an action.
All
Prep
right.
your actions before your turns, guys.
Remember,
Alright,
we still
fine.
have
Then
a plus 1 to
attack-
armor class.
I'll attack that guy diagonal.
All right.
Two-handed
so we
spear,
still have-
because apparently you guys have all decided I'm so distracted by the enemies around me, I don't give a shit about my friends. So there we go.
I'm trying to come to your aid and failing.
And you missed. You missed the guy diagonally to you.
Cool. Yeah, could have probably healed the guy behind me, but that's fine. I'll spear miss the guy in front of me because I succumb to peer pressure too easily.
Don't do that just now. A good rule of thumb is now think about what. That's when you should be prepping what you want to do.
You cut out.
Say again.
I'm just saying now is when you should be prepping what you want to do next turn.
Yeah,
There's going to be 6, 7 people going, so now you need to get ready. When it's your turn, you should.
Yeah,
be ready
if we
to
can
go.
permit, if you will humor us, just a brief moment of table talk here. Try and have your turns ready. If you're thinking you might want to heal somebody, then kind of have a couple courses of action in your head. Be ready to do that because we don't want to get so deep in the weeds on sit reps and what's going on with every character, what's going on with every enemy when it gets to somebody's turn. Because it'll start to drag combat out way too long.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, and if you have healing spells, like it's the onus is on you, a person with healing spells, to know who has taken damage and who hasn't.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I
all
just
good,
also
man.
got guidance last time we played this to shut the fuck up while other people are playing and wait for my turn. So I'm just trying to fit that in. I'm just trying to wait for my turn to ask all my questions. But
All right.
I attacked
3
and I whiffed.
kobolds, all with on you as well. It's like a hilarious ballet of nobody hitting everybody over in the corner. And then the one directly adjacent to you, Marleman, he does hit you.
Damn it.
Unfortunately.
Are you counting my my bark or whatever?
I am.
All right.
You take 2 damage.
One question also, I think, is that with a spear you can attack 1 additional square adjacent, yes?
Yeah, you have reach.
It's a reach, yeah.
Yep. All right, and that is
Reach
going
up
to bring us
10
back
feet.
to Riff. Go for it.
All right, I'm taking a step. I'm firing a shot at. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I want to fire at this guy right here. And I'm going to take a shot with my short bow.
Right on. That,
shot.
let me double check. That might miss, actually.
Let's see.
Loads faster.
I think it just hits.
Yes, it hits. You're good.
All right. So because this enemy has an enemy of its own within 5 feet, I do get sneak attack damage.
All
So I am going to. There it is. So that is 7 total.
And that arrow coming out of nowhere drops. All right.
Totally 7.
And now we're back to Issa.
All right, I will go again at this dude right here who just attacked Marlon.
And you're going to whiff.
Offhand.
Here's the offhand.
The offhand hits.
You just have to look at it. It's gonna die.
All right, I freaking am awesome.
How do you do 0 damage?
I don't know.
How's that possible?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's not. You obviously didn't.
So you did 8 minus. All right, there you go. No. Your scimitar's not 2d6 plus 3.
It's, oh, shit. Yes, it is.
Fart in its general direction. It's gonna die.
There
All
you
right,
go.
8. There you
you
go.
Very nice.
All right, that brings us around to the top of the order, and that'll be you there, Errol.
So I'm going to move up there and then shoot at that guy.
Do it up. Whiff.
Wait, what?
How did
I
you roll a
showed-
14 and I see you as a 10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you using the rolls from your character sheet, or did you make custom rolls for this stuff?
I literally just clicked on the longbow on my character sheet. I don't know what to.
Well, the die is very clearly a 14, which we. So
Everything
Steph,
else has made
however
sense
you-
up to now. I don't know what to do.
That'll be something to take a look at afterwards. But I mean, the die was the natural die was a 14.
In this particular case, I'm going to ask for a reroll.
Okay, I'll just use the actual die roller then.
Please do. And what's your bonus?
+6.
That's a hit. And we'll keep your damage here. That's a 10. No problem with that. Boom. And that'll be Marleman.
As much as Marlon wants to get in there and use his natural born beat sticks thing, we'll just use the short bow here.
Nice.
Barely hits.
I'll barely take it.
And that's enough to finish him off. So, in the wreckage of this carnage, there is a very scared young man right there. He is cut up. He's bleeding. He seems to be, okay, all things considered.
Is he die? Does he look like he's dying?
He needs some medical attention, but no, not yet. They were messing with him before they killed him.
So we out of combat?
You are.
Yeah, do
Can I
some
use healing word on him?
On the boy, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to do that.
How much health does that heal? Is there a die roll or 1d4? All right.
Yeah,
And,
1d4 plus,
so a house rule I like to initiate out of combat, it's just full. I don't make you roll for it. In combat, you do have to roll for healing spells. Out of combat, you heal the full amount.
just do a medicine
Alright.
roll to
It
stabilize
just says
him?
1d8 or
Alright.
1.
Healing
D4
word is
plus
1d4.
3.
All right. So in any case, yes, you cast your spell. It washes over him, and you can see him feel a little bit better. Again, just for future, you don't need to
My
roll
whole
that out of.
shit's freaking out.
Yeah.
So it
Are you
heals him
okay,
for
Marleman? Like,
6.
Isha will come and put her hand on his back and just kind of make sure he's okay.
Marvin would say something cocky at this point, like, "Yeah, man, I'm just getting warmed up." As you could see, he's it's a
I don't
couple
know.
bloody spots for sure.
Okay, if you're sure.
The young man's like, he finally just, after getting the wave back from the healing and feeling a little bit healthier, the emotional aspect of it gets to him, and he just drops to his knees and just starts fucking bawling, man. It's a young 16-year-old boy there, right about that age, 15, 16, just fucking crying his eyes out.
Issa will she'll sheathe her swords and go over and just put her, like, she'll gather him up and hug him.
As you touch him, like he flinches away from you at first, but then accepts it and just wraps his arms around you.
She soothes him, kind of just, tries to help this kid through, this horrible ordeal. And she'll actually kind of try to lead him off just a couple steps from the carnage. And she's soothing, like, "You're all right. What's your name? What's your name? You can call me Issa. Are you okay?"
That's interesting. You can call me Issa.
They killed everyone. I don't know where the others are. There were so many more. Have you seen Pa?
I don't know, sweetie.
I
don't know.
What's your name?
Todd Kenny. My dad was in charge, and they may have got him first. I don't know.
So you're Fred's boy.
Yeah, Fred was my dad. Yeah. They killed them all. They drug them all off. My dad was alive the last I knew. There was hundreds of them. And there was 20.
You're cutting in and out too, Sketch.
Sorry, I'll bring the mic a little closer. My voice is getting the better of me.
It's okay.
Well, boy, we've made short work of all of them. Have your cry, but it's unfortunate about your father, but such is life.
What do you mean about my father? Unfortunate. Have you seen him?
We did not make it there in time to save him.
He just starts bawling right into your shoulder.
Not mine.
She holds.
I'm not about that life.
She holds onto him tight and just tries to, is there. You know what I mean? Just lets him cry it out. She kind of gives Kazan kind of a little shitty look.
Issa, bring the boy to the cart. We must be going before we encounter more, perhaps more heinous creatures.
I'll be honest. Let's give the man a moment to grieve. You tiny man. The small boy takes his time.
Bedside manner aside, I do actually agree with Kazan. Kobolds aren't that dangerous, but we don't know if there's any more out here. We've got the father, and the boy needs more than a bit of field triage. We should probably get back to the cart and start making our way back to town, and the boy can rest on the road.
Didn't I just heal the boy? He can take a second.
Issa will kind of, she lets him cry for just a few moments longer before she kind of pulls him away and holds him kind of at arm's, or not at arm's length, but sort of close, and looks at him and says, Todd, listen to me. We have to leave here right now because those things could come back. There's probably a lot more, like you said. Okay, so come with us now. We'll take you back home with us. Okay, we'll do what we can for the survivors, but we have to leave here now. Okay, can you do that?
Now I concede.
He just nods his head.
Okay, so she nods and puts her arm around him and starts leading him off back in the direction of the cart, and kind of looks at everyone else and.
I'm following you, small boy.
So you guys make your way back to the cart. Is the general consensus here is that you're getting back into the cart and heading back to Edgewood?
Yes.
That's my vote. My only piece would be we need to get Fred's body. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Griff, assist me. We must procure Fred's body and load him into the cart. Does anyone here have a vestiture, a cloth, something we could put over him so that we don't have to look at his mangled remains?
There was a bunch of stuff over in the clearing, right? Like blankets and things.
Every time Kazan talks, the boy cringes. His father mangled remains, and he grabs a hold of you tighter at that point.
I'm sure.
Okay, at this point,
we must. I'm sure we've got a
like
cloak
over her. Yeah, over his
Put a bedroll
ears,
over.
and like. So she doesn't. So she tries to muffle what he hears at this.
So you wrap Fred in a blanket and load him up in a wagon.
Fair enough.
Were there blankets or
Yeah, there were blankets at the campsite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's grab some linens from the campsite. No need to.
I don't know if we got the draw. I don't know if we have to draw lots to see whose blanket we're gonna have to
right.
we're gonna have to use to cover him with.
And who has the sun apple chart?
Griff.
I think Griff.
I suppose I do.
It's important to note that there's no name on it.
Ooh.
Oh, so I don't know
So we
for sure
could
that
get
this
some
is
apples.
Fred.
No, it entitles the bearer to harvest.
Get some sun apples while we're out then?
All right.
We'd have to go deeper in the forest for that.
We might
I
need
think we should
to.
go back with the remains.
Do we have the body back at the cart? Is everybody at the cart?
We do. Yeah.
Issa,
She looks over.
I understand this is a trying time for the boy, but we don't know for sure who this man is, and it would benefit us greatly if the boy could positively identify him.
She nods and looks at poor little Todd.
Yeah, while Issa is hopefully trying to convince the boy to take a look, I'm kind of the face. How bad's the face, Sketch? On
You
this
can
guy?
make it okay.
All right, so I make it okay. I'm only exposing enough of the body. I'm trying to make it look like this is just a sleeping person kind of appearance.
She'll look at little Todd and say, "Honey, we don't know who this person is. There was one other person that we found. Do you think you could come take a look and tell us if you know who this is? It might be your dad, but it might not be too."
So Todd walks over with you, and he looks, and just you can tell being in the company of all these stoic men, basically especially with Kazan here, hard asses. He just sort of nods and grips your hand tighter.
Okay,
And
I take him away. That's all we need.
he gleefully, not gleefully, but quickly follows with you.
Right.
You know.
Take him back to the cart.
Well,
I know.
That is our answer.
I will actually take the boy to the horse, and I say, see, not everybody. They left the horse, so there could be others that are still alive. Could you take care of the horse? And so she tries to distract him with the horse, right? Because I don't know if he knows the horse, or maybe it's a pet, or just maybe it's just a draft animal. But at least it's something that he can help. You know what I mean?
You can tell he knows what you're doing, and he's just sort of going along. He's kind of real fucked up right now. His dad's dead. He got tore apart himself.
Yeah.
So you guys, is that what you're doing? Are you heading back to Edgewood?
We should return and see proper burial done with this body. The law requires it.
I'm waiting for any dissenting opinions before we move along.
This is probably something that Dave might understand, or Griff would probably know, and maybe Rue even, whether or not there's a standing bounty on kobolds.
No.
Or any, okay.
Not at the time. All right. So you guys mount up. It takes you another day and a half to make it back towards Edgewood, but it's relatively uneventful. The boy's down throughout the whole time, but he doesn't make a nuisance of himself. Keeps quiet. all that good stuff. And right about midday on the second day, you guys arrive back in Edgewood. You can see the shop down the street, old Ed Kenny's shop. He's out at work. There's people around, but things open. So what are you guys doing?
Before we actually get back in, I'm going to pull Todd aside. Listen here, young lad.
I'm there also.
I am sorry for what has happened to your father, and my condolences go to you. I understand the need for grieving, but there's also a time to be strong. At the burial, grieve your heart out, but after that, you must be strong. You must take care of your family that remains. This is the duty of men, and this is required by the law as well.
He kind of nods his head, but you don't know how much of it stuck with him. You scare him a little bit now.
Look, my friend, laws be damned, religion be damned.
And
Your
you will be
father,
damned
I'm
for
sure,
saying
was
such
a good
things.
man. I will, but that's fine. Your father was a good man, and you loved him, and that's all that matters. But you get to live. So what will you do with your life now?
Don't be like
Finish
this one, that's
this
for sure.
quest, or sit here and pray.
I walk off to go find Ed.
You easily find Ed. He's not hiding.
Bad news, Ed. We found
What
the
do you
cart.
mean?
We found the
Okay.
cart.
Ted.
Only one survivor that we could find.
What?
Kobolds got to him.
I'm the Kobold Slayer. Sorry.
And I imagine you guys aren't falling behind. He sees Todd over there and just immediately, grabs him up, gives him a big hug. And he looks over at you guys. Fred?
Sorry, friend.
Ed, Fred is dead. We just found Ted.
Hashtag rhymes. I thought I was the musician.
So what happened?
Arrived to find them. Everyone scattered. Your brother already dead. We managed to save your nephew. But the cart was a wreck. We brought back the horse. There's nothing else.
And, Ed looks kind of solemn. And he sees the blanket in the back and kind of the human-shaped lump under it. Who's that then?
Your brother.
You brought him back for me. I can't thank you enough for that.
We couldn't leave him out there. If we'd have found more. But
The law would not allow us to have left him there, knowing that his family is here.
and we're not monsters.
We
wouldn't.
I did not imply that either.
That only thing old Fred there had of any value, really, that damn charter. Did you guys manage to find that by any chance?
Yes, we did. I believe Griff has it.
You're
We
muted,
can't hear
Dave.
you.
I saw
Yeah,
your body
he's-
language, though.
Oh, I am. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, well then, a lot to catch you up on. No, so I walk up and I hand him the charter and I say, "Yeah, made sure to bring it back. How are you planning on using this thing?"
Well, I'm not like my brother, and I ain't one to go in the woods. Now that he's gone, I guess I'll be looking after old Todd here. He hands it back to you. Take it. Take the wagon. Looks like you guys can make the most use out of it. Stay alive, unlike old damn Fred. Thank you for bringing him back. He
Yeah,
motioned
sorry.
over. A couple of his workers to start unloading the body. And he says, I ain't got much in the way, but you can make yourself a nice fortune. A wagon load of them sun apples will bring you about, 200-300 gold pieces.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And what would you consider a fair share for the in return for the
I don't want
wagon, the
nothing.
horse, and the?
You've done enough. It's yours.
Very well then.
Appreciate you all for bringing Todd back and letting me bury my brother.
Best of luck.
I can perform the ceremonies if you would like.
Probably not a bad idea. And actually, on that note, that's where we're going to end it and pick it up from next week.
All right.
Kazan will do the ceremony. It'll take a day, and you guys could discuss amongst yourselves what you'd like to do.
Are you feeling verklempt?
But that's where we'll end the official game.